The Rap Roundtable.
Yes. Another Monday on deck. Rap Roundtable. Your guy Jav here alongside Sincere the Rap Snob, alongside Macito, alongside Dini the Balance. We are locked in, action-packed Monday here. You know, it's been a lot of noise this weekend. A lot of noise. Game noise. 20v1s.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of activities going on. Drake is basically becoming the streamer he's always wanted to be. Apparently, he's into the Gooner realm. That's what I'm seeing on the internet. Not me. Not me. That's what I'm seeing on the internet. In my opinion, a lot of noise around Game and Kendrick Lamar. Is it ain't? Then we have Chig Smooth out here clipping roundtable content and posting on his platform because he got the word that some things are moving and it might be something or it might be nothing. That's why you see on the thumbnail the question is asked, is it real or is it just rap gossip? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of noise. We know some parts of it are real. We know some parts of it are gossip. And, I'm confused at this point because there's no music. We haven't gotten any music yet, but there seems to be a lot of antics in the periphery. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell, follow us on social media. Again, stop typing in the chat. Y'all been in the chat, Mac, but y'all ain't hit that like button yet. Everybody watching right now, hit the like, wherever you're watching it at, whether you're on YouTube, you're watching it on Twitter, you're watching it on Facebook, wherever you at, hit the like button, follow our platform, lock in, you know what I mean? If you got some paper, throw a little super chat in there, you know what I mean? Log into all things Rap Roundtable. We're not gonna waste any time. I don't care about y'all niggas weekends. Y'all alive, y'all live through it. I know y'all okay. Y'all look happy and shit. But
yes,
sir.
Hold on. Quick shout out to Fergie Baby. Was at the album release party. Shout out to him and Jazz and the whole Harlem. You know what I mean?
From Harlem.
Big salute.
I worked the ultra double that day. I was supposed to go, but I worked the ultra double. I was not gonna make it. Sincere went on a Universal Soldier mission for the gang. Felt the Harlem energy. I'm gonna talk to Jazz and see if we can sneak Fergie on for a couple minutes again. Right, like in the midst of this rollout he got going. I'd like to talk to Fergie again. So let's see if we can make that happen. But again, if it's something happening in hip hop in New York City, somehow or the other, the Rap Roundtable will be in attendance. While other guys just turn on cameras and talk and make noise, we're actually at these events. Okay. Anyway,
talk about it.
Game and Kendrick Lamar. It's been bubbling. This ain't no Lupe Fiasco situation where we can't really tell, but we can tell. You know what I mean? It's clear in this case.
The unknown knowns. Yeah.
As men, it is clear in this case that we can see that there's an issue that Game has. I don't know about Kenny, but Game has with Kendrick Lamar, But I wonder as a New Yorker, and I'm speaking clearly as a New Yorker with no information. Now, I wonder if there's some kind of West Coast politics at play to it. Game has never jumped out the window at Kendrick. I've seen Game jump out the window at everybody. He's punched up his whole career. But for some reason, he has refused to jump out the window at Kung Fu Kenny. And it has me wondering. Now we're hearing things about video shoots and timestamps and, I just don't know. There's phone calls being made to some of our contemporaries in this online media space. So many questions. Sincere the Rap Snob. I'm coming in first. You know how this goes. The routine is locked in.
Yes.
What is going on from your perspective? I'm asking you to speculate, or if you know something that we don't know, help us to understand. Is Game gun shy? Is there real static, or is it just gossip?
Look, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm a fan of the Game, or I should say I was once a fan of the Game and his music. I wouldn't consider myself a fan anymore, really. And the reason I wouldn't consider myself a fan really anymore is because Game is not a serious person, right? I don't like in the least, right? This is a man that claimed that he wrote "What Up Gangsta" for 50 Cent. Come on, man. This is the man that said that Kanye had done more for him in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre had ever done. This man went on a 10-minute tirade diss track against Eminem for what? For no reason. What was the reason behind that? Game he does a lot of weird shit that only makes sense in his own mind, and it don't make no sense to nobody else, right? So in his own mind, he has a beef with Kendrick Lamar. Now, if you ask Kendrick Lamar and the rest of the sane world, there's no issue. There's no real issue there, right? I've said it in the past. Game, very much like you mentioned Lupe Fiasco. There's certain people that feel like certain titles should have been theirs, and they weren't. And Kendrick Lamar he swooped in and snatched those titles up. Everybody thought Lupe Fiasco was going to have that mainstream conscious lane on lock. That should never happen. Kendrick came through, swooped it up, and it's his, right? Game thinks that he should have been the one begotten son from Compton, right? And for a little bit, for some time, it was his. The crown was his. The Compton throne was his. But Kenny came through, and the crown had to be passed along, right? And he's not happy about that. So, what I think is going on is that the Game he needs to create some sort of rivalry there that's not even really there, right? Game for all the great music he's dropped, when is it that we usually hear about the Game? It's when he's saying outlandish shit like some of the shit I just said, or when he's on stage with the antics, or just for a lot of shit, a lot of like extracurricular superfluous shit. Not so much for the music. It's been a long time since we really paid attention to Game, or I should say, it's been a long time since Game has gone viral or has had a major presence because of the music. It's been a long time since his music made the same impact on the internet that his antics make, right? And so I just think that he's trying to keep this pseudo beef alive, but this pseudo beef alive because he knows that that's what's going to sell, that's what's going to go viral, that's what's going to keep his name on the internet, right? We don't hear nothing from Kendrick one way or another, right? When we hear from Kendrick, if and when we hear from Kendrick, it's going to be because he dropped some bomb-ass music, and the music is what's making him go viral, right? Not no IG posts or stories, not no fake beef, not no outlandish takes.
Got no beef making him go viral? No.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Beef didn't make Kendrick go viral ever? No.
I'm saying the music behind the beef.
Okay.
Not just going on Instagram talking about motherfuckers.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? There's a difference there.
I see.
A battle's a battle.
That was different. I get it.
IG post is IG post.
I mean, he
Stories
was
is
dropping
stories.
on Instagram, though.
I love when Sin gets in his bag, bro. Go ahead, Sin.
Jesus Christ.
My nigga.
The PG checks is clearing, apparently, man.
What did he drop on Instagram? What did Kendrick Lamar do on Instagram? Drop music. 616 in LA. Diss tracks. Music.
Right.
Music. It wasn't in the captions. It wasn't in no, IG stories.
I mean, it was on social media, so
it was music. It's music.
Copy.
Kendrick Lamar lets the music speak for him. If he got an issue with somebody, it's gonna be in the music. If somebody wants to smoke with Kendrick is more than willing to oblige and drop the music, make the music. But for whatever reason, the Game seems gun shy to really fully go at Kendrick Lamar, right? It's probably smart of him based on the track record, that we all saw happen. So it's probably smart of him to be a little bit gun-shy. But all I'm saying, to wrap this up and put it, in a nice little bow tie, generally speaking, when we hear about the game, it's always because of some antics, some internet shit, some gossip, some outlandish stories. When we hear about Kendrick, it's because some dope ass music just dropped. He don't even say, he don't do no interviews. He don't go on Instagram, write no captions. He drops music. Even if it's on Instagram, it's music. 616 in LA, music. Let the party die, music. And that's it. And he goes back in his cave and he lets the music speak for him. That's what this rap shit is supposed to be about. Drop the music, get in the booth and rap. Stop with this gossip and shit. If we're hearing from Game, we know it's going to be some antics and some gossip. That's the difference.
All right, fair play. So for those that might not know what's going on, and we have our family who watches week in and week out, and they know what's going on. They also watch the other platforms because whether it's an official thing or not. This corner of the internet is vast. This corner of the internet kind of operates like a network. Whether we get along or not is a different conversation.
Right.
But the algorithm is what it is, and I can tell you whether I'm comment creeping or just watching content, everyone watches the same things for the most part. But for those who are living under a rock, the speculation is that a lot of the genesis of Kendrick's issues with Game stems from that song 100 that Game and Drake did. I want to say that was 2016. Macito, correct me if I'm wrong.
2015.
2015. Thank you for that. And at the video shoot, Drake was kind of popping it on the song, and then they did the video shoot out in California, 616 in LA, if you will. And a lot of people, are reporting that, in fact, Kenny took issue with the fact that Game had a guy that there was some kind of issues with coming out to the towns, coming out to their town, Compton, shooting the video and popping it, right? Then we had, according to Stat Quo, he got a call from Top Dog last week where Top Dog, in fact, confirmed the speculation. And then the following day, Game told his side of the situation. So for those who might not know what's going on, that's what's going on. A lot of truths are being revealed by people who are, if they're not the direct source, Game, they're directly affiliated with the source, Top Dog. Macito, you're hearing this. I know you've been following the situation. We know that you're constantly noticing, right? What are your thoughts on the situation? The Game is a lot more embedded in this issue than we thought at first.
See, this is the thing. Nothing that Sin said about Game is necessarily wrong, right? And I think because of those past instances, we are quick to just say Game must be wrong in this situation. But like you said, Jav, there's been some interesting revelations this past week. The most interesting one being that apparently Kendrick has not fucked with the Game since this issue with the 100 video happened. Like, that's why he stopped answering the calls, right? So, Sin, I have to say you wrong. Kendrick does have issues on his side. He's not just, some, innocent little flower just sitting and waiting. And, that's not the case. And I understand where a lot of Game's problems come from, because if that is the case, this is 2015. This is 11 years at this point. You have not liked me for 11 years and everybody but me knows? Like, these two have taken pictures since then. These two have been in each other's presence since then. If Kendrick had this long-standing issue with Game, rightfully so, if you want to be honest, because the 100 video, I don't buy nothing that Whack 100 and Game are saying about this situation where it was like, no, this, we didn't know it was like that. This wasn't what was going on. No, these are two of the most we want to go viral niggas ever. So this was definitely purposeful. After they got that verse back from Drake, that's when they decided we're going to shoot this video in Compton. I completely understand that. But why does Kendrick go like silent, 0 Dark 30? Why does Kendrick have a problem with this guy and he can't talk it out with them? A guy who was the first major mainstream artist to take him out on tour, a guy who was, an inspiration to him and his peers as the West Coast guy of the 2000s. This is something he's spoken about. Schoolboy, J-Rock, Absol, everybody. Game was the guy they looked up to. He reached out. He took guys like Kendrick and Nipsey on tour and kind of gave them the lifestyle, or showed them the lifestyle that they all were eventually going to get to. So if that's the case, why is Kendrick allowed to just, okay, I don't like him anymore, I'm never talking to him again, I'm never answering his phone calls? Couldn't Kendrick be a G and reach the phone call? I don't like how you did that, bro. I thought that was corny. I got issues with this guy, and you bringing them to our hood doing this. There could have been, I'm not putting it all on Game here. I'm not. There definitely could have been communication on both sides for, because apparently Game reached out to Kendrick numerous times. Top said it when he went to Stat. Shouts to the Third Verse podcast. Shouts to podcasters in general this week, because we're going to speak about something else that podcasters gave us. Podcasters kept the algorithm lit this week, not the music. I'm going to be honest. So shouts to the podcast, Third Verse podcast, Justin Hunt, Stat Quo, first and foremost. Shouts to y'all. But as you seen on their podcast, like, Kendrick just decided to never say anything to the guy again. If we have some sort of relationship and you feel I wronged you, all of a sudden now nothing happens. Again, I'm not upset at the fact that Kendrick is mad. It's definitely valid feelings there. It definitely was weird energy by the Game, like you said, Sin, that he usually puts out. But I don't know. This is an incomplete story. I'm not putting it completely on Game. Now, with all of the, Dr. Dre this and that's past issues, you know what I mean? I ultimately feel that Game's issues with Dre are just his issues with Dre. Kendrick might be part of that one day. 50 might be a part of that one day. Hell, Eminem might be part of it one day. That's the least favorite son getting mad at all the kids that, the dad likes the most. That's more what those issues lie from. But as far as just this strictly Game Kendrick issue, I feel like they both at fault here for the degradation of the way the relationship is in 2026.
Interesting. You upset some in the chat. They like, come on, Kenny don't gotta say nothing. I'm seeing the chat.
Don't never gotta say nothing.
He really doesn't.
You don't never gotta say nothing.
And while y'all feel away, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Y'all could disagree with niggas. Make sure y'all hitting that like button though. Make sure y'all hit that like, run them likes up while disagreeing with Mesito. So you were saying something?
No. I was agreeing with whoever said that in the chat that Kendrick don't really gotta say nothing. I agree with them because I want to let Deanie cook, but if this is how things have transpired the way Mace says they have, I can see it. Like Game is an acquaintance to me. You know what I mean? Not a friend. We didn't grow up together, so it's easy to let that relationship go. To me, you know what I mean? If he crosses a certain line, I'm like, all right, bet that's where you stand. Cool.
Okay.
So be it.
Deanie the balance. Big Bronx, you usually bring a certain perspective to these types of conversations. Based on the information that's been provided to you. Where do you land? Do you think that Kenny might be in his feelings a little too much, or was he right to be like, yo, like, what's up with bro? And move a little bit different?
Definitely in his feelings, but rightfully so. Yeah, like, but check it out. Like, if and Sin kind of jumped in and took where I was kind of going. It really depends on where them niggas is at. Does it because they both from Compton? We're locked in. We're best bros. You know what I'm saying? Is it because you took me on tour? We're best bros. That could have just been like an advantage situation. Yeah, you gonna take me on tour? I'll take that. We're not bros. We didn't grow up together. We don't know each other like that. For all we know, you know what I'm saying? It just could be an opportunity presented. You see, I'm doing my thing. You see, I'm high upcoming. You want to give me a little love? I take the love. I don't know. We acting like these niggas grew up in the sandbox together. I don't think it was like that.
So if that's the case, we can't be mad that he brought Drake to Compton then. If it ain't shit. And that's the thing. But
no,
if we're still decent, bro, you gotta remember Drake it's not like he brought some Tom, Dick, and Harry nigga. You brought the biggest artist in hip hop at the time. To some people still believe he's the biggest artist in this time. Shout out to Mace.
The numbers say that he is.
I can't argue with you, Mace. If you got it, you got it. But in terms of like, if we're decent, And I know he's the biggest artist, and this is a great look for you, but especially feeling the turmoil of that Game. We don't look at people as humans and human. Game probably feels mad turmoil, bro, because it seems like everything he like loves just shits on him. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. Like in terms of the Compton energy, it's there, but you don't. When we talk about Compton, you really hear Dre, you hear Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't mention Game, but there's just a love for Dre and a love for Kendrick that Game just don't get. Let's just be honest. If we're decent. And this, you invite him to our hood. It is our hood, you know, for you to do this record and him to take a jab at me on the record. You basically saying you don't fuck with me because, like, even if we're decent, Mace, like, see, Mace, you did that. We have to be at odds. You know what I'm saying? Me and you be going at it. But if this was a nigga, I don't know.
You would talk to me though, right? You would say something to me.
But we're not Kendrick and Game. I fucks with you though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. Maybe they don't fuck with each other like that. Maybe this is just like, you're from this side of town, I'm from this side of town. We both trying to fluster into this industry that we both trying to fluster in. And that's where it ends at. It might just be that. You know, I don't know the dynamic between the two. But for Game to do that is whack. You know what I'm saying? It is a whack move. You know, but then again, I have to ask you, put yourself in a situation. If you and a nigga just decent and you have an opportunity to have the biggest artist in your genre, or fuck in music at the time, outside of Taylor Swift, you know, if you can have him come to your hood, shine crazy light on the hood, you know, you can always have it in your pocket. I brought Jake to Compton. You remember? Nigga Hove brought Oprah to the stoop with the quarter waters. It's always in his pocket, bro. It's a clout card almost, you know? But for him to take that job, I can't be mad that Kendrick and the team withdraw from that. You shitting on me now. We're not gonna act like you're not shitting on me. But for that kind of energy to be withheld all this time, because you got to think, this is 2015. You said we in 2025. That beef popped off 3 years ago. That's a long time to be holding on to that kind of energy. You know, if you're Kendrick Lamar, like Drake already said, yo, I'm not Drake. Game already said Drake is a brother to me. Like, he fucks with him alone. For whatever reason, it seems like whatever Game goes through, it just, some people got your back. Maybe Drake is just a nigga that has his back when no one else fucks with him. But there's a relationship there. You know, that it just is what it is. Am I saying it's right or wrong? I don't know. Because I don't know the dynamic of the relationship. But I just know if we were decent and Drake did that, I'd be like, fuck him too. So I can't be totally mad at Kendrick or Finn like that. But it is kind of being in your feelings to hold on to that grudge for all this time. When a nigga is from your town, you could have picked up the phone. I mean, you said he took me on tour. That's an opportunity the man gave you. If sometimes you gotta respect niggas for what they did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we only respect people for what they do. For what he did, I'm not saying that it made Kendrick Lamar, but we may not know who Kendrick Lamar was if Drake didn't bring him on tour. We may not know who he was if Game didn't bring him on tour. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta respect the opportunities with that. So a phone call could have been obliged, like, yo, how you got him coming to our hood talking crazy about me? You know what I'm saying? And that could have been from what that is for that. But I think both niggas is whack. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick for holding it right for that long, and Game for just doing that shit. Like, if we're decent anyway, for you to invite somebody to our hood to come diss me is whack. Even if it is the biggest artist in the genre, it is whack on both parts.
That's interesting. So Deanie holding both sides accountable. I think his OVO paperwork might have gone back in the question.
As men, that shit is a little whack, is it not though? As men, it's a little whack.
No. As men, right, here's the thing. Y'all, here's the thing. And I know Jarv got to cook, but y'all are looking at it from a man-to-man relationship perspective. You know what I mean? This has nothing to do with, to me, this has nothing to do with Kendrick and Game and their relationship. This has to do with Compton. Compton is bigger than all of this to them, right? Or at least to Kendrick, you know? And from the way this all transpired, Kendrick is looking at it like, oh, like Game is not repping the hood the way it's supposed to be repped. And he had a very big problem with that. It's more about Compton than it is about their own personal whatever.
I mean, the hood wasn't repped when Drake was in the video. The hood wasn't repped. The hood was definitely repped. You know, it's go ahead, Joe. I don't want to step on your toes.
No, y'all valid, because y'all making valid points. I think, again, shout out Stat Cole, shout out Company
Salute.
Man, Third First Podcast, you know, pulling the curtain back, if you will. And shout out to the people that we're talking about finally letting the truth come out, because top Top Dog has known that for years. Game has known what it is for years. For them to finally speak to it, maybe it's promo, maybe there's music on the way. Who knows? But the fact that they shed a light on the situation as podcasters, we're thankful. You know what I mean? Because we don't like the rap roundtable. Do we love to recklessly speculate? Yes, I think we're the best at recklessly speculating because I would say 60% of our reckless speculations be accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So to not have to speculate for a change, super thankful. This situation is unique though because everything that we know. Let's treat this as what we know. What we do know is that Game and Drake both claim each other, as friends. They are legitimately friends. From what we know, Game and Kendrick Lamar share a same origin story as far as where they're from. Compton representatives. But they don't, but from what we know, they do not have a friend-like relationship. So based on that alone, let's start on the ground level. On the ground level, if Drake is Game's friend and Kendrick is not Game's friend, then Game doesn't owe Kendrick any type of respect in that regard. Like, oh, why you got this man coming over into the hood, whatever. You know what I mean? On that level. But now if this neighborhood, because again, LA's big on neighborhood politics. If we're talking about neighborhood politics, Compton business, then of course Game is bugging, bringing Game through there. I mean, Drake through there. Especially if Drake was on the song talking hot, right? Go to some other part of LA and record that shit. There's so many different parts of LA, and I learned the parts of LA through listening to ESPN LA once upon a time. So I learned all the different parts. I learned where the hoods was at. I learned where the nice parts, the semi-hood, the semi-nice. You could have took them to the valley and shot that fucking video. You ain't have to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So if we're talking about just looking at it from two ends of the spectrums, if we're talking about some friend vibes, Game could do what he wants. Drake is his friend. He's made that clear. If we're talking about neighborhood business, then he's tripping, bringing this guy who's tripping on a guy who's carrying the throne or carrying the torch, I should say, for his neighborhood on his back. You're bugging. Because at that point, it wasn't like Kenny, when 100 dropped, Kenny wasn't some new guy. Kenny was ready. You could argue by 2015, Kenny was already certified. He was certified. Yeah. Classic album. Debatable classics, sitting there argue about it back and forth. Classic mixtapes. He was the guy by 2015 out west. I'm not wrong in saying that as a New Yorker. I think that's pretty accurate. He was the face of the West Coast. I think by 2015 they already had that moment where all the West Coast legends was anointing Kendrick the guy. It's rare that you have the shoguns of your city because we don't do that in New York. You ain't gonna never see Nas and Hove on stage with Jadakiss. You the next guy? Hell no. You gotta go take that shit. But out west, for them to anoint him that. You kind of set tripping, Game. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You on that alone, you set tripping. You cannot do that. You know what I mean? Or at the very least, if we're talking about neighborhood politics, shoot, you know who the people are. You know who the direct lines of contact are. You know what I mean? A little text message, yo, I got Maple Leaf Boy coming through. You know what I mean? We're shooting a little video, whatever. Even if Penny don't agree with it, at least he could not be blindsided by that.
Yeah,
because at the same time we could always disagree. I always say I'm big on disagreeing. As long as there's communication within the disagreeing, we can constantly disagree. That's fine by me, right? But there was no communication, and it was shots thrown. And if you just talk about rap, why you got this dude shooting at me, and we supposed to be at the very least acquaintances? You got him on wax, booming at me. And Drake, and thing is, say what you want about Drake. Drake subs, he be booming at niggas. It don't be no little light pitter patters. It be full on shots.
Yeah.
Subs. I don't care if you don't like Drake or not. And we not gonna downplay what them subs be doing to niggas. You know what I'm saying?
He embraced the war.
Prior to 2024, his subs is probably more like destructive than his actual diss records. So you think about the fact that Kendrick respect. I always say this. Everybody got opinions about rappers and shit like that. But if Kendrick looked at Drake as good enough for him to have his attention, for them to have 10 years of subliminal disses going back and forth. If Kendrick respects a nigga enough as an opponent, I'm not taking nothing away from him because I'm not the fighter in the situation. Kenny is. Kenny's the one with the bars. Kenny looked at Drake as a worthy adversary, or at the very least, he looked at him as the guy. We got to move about the way for things to be back how he views him to be.
Yep.
So all of these things being said, I got to say that I'm leaning with Kendrick. I'm not fully on board because at the same time, y'all know me, I like a good argument. You know what I'm saying? I think if it's me and you bring a nigga to my block, you bring somebody to the floss, and we got problems, you supposed to be my man. I'm at the very least going to ask him, yo, what's up with that? I'm not gonna ask for no explanation and be like, "Oh, you should have told me." But it's gonna be, "Oh, what's up with that?" I might delete the thread right after, not even read what you text me back. But you're gonna know that I feel away. You know what I'm saying? So I could kind of see it, but because of Game's history, specifically Jayceon's history of being messy, he's been messy from day one, from the time he got to the league. Within 1 year, he was trying to throw disses at Jay-Z and was walking the disses back, dissing Joe Budden, dissing this guy, dissing that guy. He has been historically messy, and historically, he's always felt like somebody was taking shots at him, so he wanted to shoot back. So I gotta blame Game for this. This is on brand. I'm sorry, Macito. This is on brand. This is the type of bullshit Game is known for, bro. So we gotta look at him sideways a little.
It's hard for me to defend Game in any situation. Anybody who's been a fan of the round or a supporter of the round table, they know I flame Game every chance I get, despite being a fan of his music. But it's just, we can't say at the same time to me, well, Kendrick is justified in not speaking to Game because he did this, and say, hey, yeah, don't speak to him for 10 years, and then say, why does Game think Kendrick is dissing him? Well, maybe because he hasn't spoken to or answered his phone calls in 10 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's one or the other. It can't be both.
Mace, where you found the call logs at for you to like know all this information, bro? Like,
Mace,
they on Reddit,
man.
They on Reddit.
I will find you.
Listen. If we gonna listen to one part of the, if we gonna listen to what Status saying about something, we gonna have to listen to what he's saying about other. Don't pick and choose.
Yeah, no caps. This is no cap.
You know, Sin when Kenny get involved, Sin get real defensive.
No bias.
Listen,
No bias.
We gonna get Sin to say G Lane security. You know what I mean? Because that boy be throwing his body in front of that.
We get staff on the back of the joint.
I'm just saying, Mace talking like he's seen the fucking the whole call log from the AT&T bill and shit. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying. And Sin, like, the thing is, Sin, you co-signing an act you wouldn't do, because if one of us did some shit that
I would definitely do that.
You would say something about it. So you co-sign an act.
We're friends though.
We're friends.
But we're friends.
We talk every day, bro.
Maybe they're just co-workers, bro. Maybe they just like, we're at the office, we're at the cooler, nigga. Like,
listen, I have been called out. I've been personally called out by people for cutting people off for less. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I guess I see where Kendrick is coming from, because it's like, if I don't really need that person in my life, cut him. Fuck it. Right. For what? What am I going to keep him around for?
How do you know on some local LA shit that Kenny might have got the drop, that Game always probably felt the way, or he peeped some funny style shit, and this was the final straw? We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? How we know that he wasn't moving wacky from the rip?
And that's what I'm saying. Like the same way.
The Game's history would
prove that. You know,
I was gonna say the Game's history would say that. I can't. You know what I mean? The Game's history would say that he probably.
And that's what I'm saying. This was around the same time, because remember, what was it? Control and the BET cipher was just like a couple of years earlier. You know what I mean? This was all unfolding within like a couple of years, right? Around the same time that Kendrick made a personal decision within himself. Nah, Drake is kind of a bozo. I don't really fuck with him. You know what I mean? And then around that same time, within that same span of a couple of years, now Game does a joint with Drake and he pulls this shit. I don't know him personally, but I could see how in Kendrick's mind is like, oh, these are two pieces from the same pot. Fuck him and fuck this one too. Like, I could see that. I could totally see that.
But you know, what about? But you know, I hear that. But let's this is the rap round table. Let's, like, where the raps at then? You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like, if you felt that, if you felt so strongly about what was going on, Kendrick, why you ain't rap at him? Game, I'm gonna say it again. The Game, you've been tap dancing for years. You've been dope. Game has literally been arguing with himself about how he feels about Kendrick. First, he the best rapper out the West, but I got mad love for Kendrick, all this other shit. He's constantly going against himself. If you feel this type of way, the same way when you came into the league, you jumped out the window and you threw 300, 400, 500 bars, and whoever you felt like wanted it. Why can't he get 500 bars yet? What are rapping at? That's my question. Where 600 bars at?
He went for 10 minutes of Eminem for a reason
that
unknown.
10 minutes. What we talking about? Like all the speculating, and the thing is, people even like Jermaine L. Johnson on Instagram calling it gossip. I saw that comment, Jermaine. Again, once Top Dog validated the conversation by saying this is what happened, and then Kendrick Lamar, because he was like, Kendrick. There's a lot of them saying in the chat, Kendrick ain't said a word yet. Kendrick ain't said a word yet. The motherfucker named one of the first disses of the Great War of 2024, 616 in LA. What else he got to say? Huh? What else he got to say? He said it by naming the song now. What we talking about? He told niggas what the song title, what the issue was.
It's crazy. We only found this out 2 years later, bro.
616 in LA.
He was holding on to that, man. Kendrick was holding on to that smoke.
And that's the thing, like people are holding on to that part of it, right? Like Game looks like a lunatic because Kendrick said nothing. But if you read the situation, Top Dog talking the way he's talking, I see Mac Wap talking the way he's talking.
Hello?
I see Keemstar talking the way he's talking. The TDE niggas talk with disrespect for Game. So it don't sound like, I don't think he's being ignored behind the scenes. I think they talking shit about him behind the scenes.
Can you explain to the public why the name of the song is 616 in LA?
Yeah.
Because I'm confused.
Who, that me? Or
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Oh,
They want to know what that 616 means.
616 in LA. Sin, I'm not going to forget, you told me it meant the Canadian Father's Day back in 2024. But we're now finding out that 616 in LA.
It was, that 616 was at a 5-time entendre. Let's add just another one on top.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list.
On the Sunday.
Then Pac die on 60, some shit like that. Pac birthday.
Sextuple entendre.
June 16, 2015 was the day that these guys made this video in Compton. 616 in LA is the day that 100 was recorded in Compton. So, listen, this guy's a menace. Let's be honest.
On YouTube, there's a behind the scenes video that was uploaded.
And it's Pac's
June
birthday.
16th, 2015. Right?
And
so that's
not to say nothing else.
The video itself dropped like a week or two later. I can't remember, but the behind the scenes of the shooting of the video, as the video was being made, 2015.
And there you go. It's like Game caught a stray. This was for Drake, but Game caught a stray, and he caught a stray with purpose. Go ahead, Macito.
Now I was gonna say, and because of that, we called, or a lot of people called Game a clout chaser because he thought the opening little whisper part of Not Like Us was about him. Can that add more validity to it? Could it be like a subtle, even knife shot real quick? Like, I've still got you the one that really set this off. Like,
yeah,
I feel like there's more validity to that personally.
As the industry big bro, Game was industry big bro. Remember, he'd been in the league officially.
Yeah.
Not unofficially, but in the public's eye. Let me not say the league, because he was in the league for a minute. In the public's eye since 2004. You was big bro. You was supposed to at least like, yo, diffuse that. Like, yo, chill. Like, you doing this song with me. I'm from LA. Don't diss him on this. Take that out. You know what I mean? But you let it go. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, I'm gonna move on from this topic because there's no rapping. And you know what? Shout out to Lupe. Lupe made a strong point when he was talking about, how noisy, how messy rap battles can be, and how we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and how people can, in fact, get hurt, seriously hurt, or lose their lives behind it. We don't want to see that. I'm just saying, if Game felt like Kendrick pushed him out his spot as the number one rapper from the West, get in the booth, and just like we said to 38, get in the booth and prove to people why you feel the way you feel. If you're not prepared to rap about what you feel about when it comes to rapping, then the antics are corny. Post 2024, if you're not rapping about it, we don't want to hear about it. Chig said that Game getting in the booth, I'd like to hear it. Or let's move on. Let's put this whole thing to bed. Take the dot back and let's put this shit to bed one time and one time only. Staying with that situation, but we're going to Canada. Huh? Don't think we ain't people who's rocking a little Canadian tuxedo this weekend in one of them
Yes,
videos.
sir.
The OVO man himself, who claims to be unbothered, but simultaneously is the most bothered nigga post rap battle ever in the history of ever, right? Talking about Rock, yes, Sid. Talking about Rock Nation, you know, talking about he's ready to fade with whoever wants to fade. He on hots, Macito. He talking that talk. What are your thoughts? His 20v1, Lena the Plug, Goth Girl, some other lady, do it. He's really outside. He's chasing the ladies. What's going on? Like, is this what outside looks like for Drake in 2026?
The second best 20v1 of the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. To me, it's all fun and games, right? It's a way to keep a certain demographic engaged. I know. Listen, it was a lot of old niggas in the tizzy this weekend. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I listen to all y'all podcasts. I read your tweets. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of a lot of y'all. Y'all got way too upset at this. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Rock Nation sub, kind of spurred on by, the incendiary What's the Dirt kind of documentary. I said podcasters got the algorithm lit this week. On opposite ends, you know what I mean? And I can say that I might be the only person that gets followed by, the company man and What's the Dirt, you know what I mean? So I might be the perfect person to be at the meeting point of this type of situation, you know what I'm saying? But the Rock Nation, I love the Rock Nation shots. Fuel the speculation, feed the conspiracy theorists. I loved it. To be honest with you,
So basically mislead people some more is what you saying.
I don't know if it's misleading. No, if you watch the documentary, I don't know if it's misleading. It's a paper trail that if I told you y'all would listen to it. What's that?
Hold on. First, tell the people who put this documentary together.
You notice he ain't say yet who he talking about, right? Go ahead, man.
What's the Dirt put together? That's what I opened with. Was What's the Dirt put it together? Listen, y'all can do that.
These niggas don't believe.
It's easy to say that without watching the information. I get it. And I'm not here to case for What's the Dirt, but the info is the info. It's not an opinion there.
What's the info? Let's get to that.
You want to get to the info? Well, the info is that of these, numerous Steak and Drake lawsuits. It's a long thing, right? So he ties in the whole thing together. He shows what Steak, the academics relationship with Steak, all of that type of shit. But the crux of the issue is that these numerous lawsuits, including the big one that just got dropped with the 8 plaintiffs, the Steak lawsuit, the Spotify, the Drake is botting and also using Steak dollars to move up. The plaintiffs in that case all have strong ties to Rock Nation lawyers. Strong ties. Now, if you want me to go step by step through, but the names are all there. They're a bunch of people. Of the 10 people that were plaintiffs, 7 of them didn't even have Steak accounts at all.
Sheesh.
The 3 people that did have it were all probation people who through probation of the Rock Nation probation shit that's been going on. They all attended a specific event that Reed Smith, the Rock Nation lawyer, attended. They were all represented by people who came up under Reed Smith, and Reed Smith also the person who is representing Desiree Perez. Now, if that's not strong enough, it's not strong enough. But it's a very interesting case. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting considering all of these lawsuits have been dropped. Nobody ever said anything about it. So it's definitely it's. Listen, I'm not the only one that found it interesting this weekend. It's definitely interesting. So I appreciated, the little nod to the content.
Here's what I'm gonna say, just for the sake of responsibility, because I don't personally, I'm indifferent to What's the Dirt. I don't watch the content. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be one of those that's gonna shoot at something that I'm not familiar with. But we do know that his platform has had to walk things back in the past. So for the sake of protecting the roundtable, I'm going to say that there's a big allegedly on a lot of the information
for sure
on this platform.
Super allegedly.
Because you speaking very confidently, Mace. And the thing is, they're not gonna say, "Oh, what's the dirt was wrong." They're gonna say, "Well, Rap Roundtable said like we co-signing it." So let's be clear: Jaw from the Rap Roundtable is not co-signing what Macito said. I don't think Sin is. I don't think Dini is. You know what I mean? Big allegedly, according to that platform over there, because sometimes he do be riding for Drake, it do be misinformation, and he's had to walk things back. So I'm not putting my name. I don't want us to be affiliated or attached to anything that's reported on that channel. Respectfully, no disrespect to that platform, but I don't want to be tied to that platform.
I'm not mad at that. I will say, me personally, not representing the Rap Roundtable here, I found it very interesting.
But has all the state lawsuits been dropped?
Yes.
Every single one of them.
8 of them. Are there more?
I'm asking you.
I don't know of any active stake lawsuit going on right now. The Aiden, the Act, the all of that.
All of the Drake affiliated stake lawsuits have been dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very interesting information. I feel like that's why Drake gave a nod to it. But that was 1 second.
Child Princess says no.
All right, Child Princess, let us know which ones is still up.
private arbitration. Thank you, Child Princess. You know
I appreciate you.
I feel like if all those lawsuits are dropped, I wouldn't have had to ask Mace. I thought Mace would have followed where I was going with that, but he didn't. You know what I mean? Thank you, Child Princess, for the Spotify lawsuit is still open with RBX as well.
I get it. I know what it comes to.
So let's not get to quoting anything from What's the Dirt in the future, please.
All right, I guess, you know what I mean? I think that, I wouldn't like if somebody said that about us just because we had an issue with them. You know what I mean?
Let's not even go into the muddy waters. Let's avoid the muddy waters. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that. Y'all did ask me to say what happened in the lawsuit.
Well, for sure.
But I personally, when it comes to the entire stream altogether, it's all fun. It's all for clips. It's all for the streamers. It's all for a specific generation to keep them in the algorithm, to keep them at the top of the thoughts of everybody that's going on. And if you ask me, that was successful.
I hear that.
So barking like a dog was successful.
Did you see Shorty though?
For the Gov Joint.
You know what
I mean,
all right, I guess.
Endowed.
What are your thoughts on Drake this weekend?
Oh man, I don't. Shockingly enough, I don't have that many thoughts on Drake this past weekend because I'm tired of having thoughts on Drake. I really am. And I actually wanted to come on here and make an announcement. I'm gonna roll back on my Drake hate from here on forth.
Wow,
I'm gonna rein it in, and it's not because he's not deserving of it.
I don't trust it.
But it's because. But it's because.
Wait. Have they gotten to you, Sin?
No, not at all.
Blink, Sin, blink.
Not at all. It's just it's that at this point, I think most of the intelligent, free-thinking world has seen what I've been seeing for years since his career started. And there were people that were looking the other way or turning the other cheek or in denial because the tunes was fire. It was getting them lit in the club or whatever the case may be. But at this point, 2 and some months after the battle heard around the world, I think most of the public knows what Drake is about at this point. They know he's a cornball. If they were trying to be in denial about him being a cornball just because he made music that they like, that denial has dissipated for the most part, as far as I can see out there on social media. I've personally seen people that would go to bat for him, and now they just can't make any more excuses for his antics, his actions, his corniness, all of that, his lameness, all of that. You know what I mean? So I think my job here is done. I don't need to I don't need to preach this sermon anymore. You know what I mean? That it's out there. It's being carried on by the people now. It's beyond me. It's beyond me, and the people are carrying the sermon on for me. So I don't feel as much pressure to open people's eyes because I feel like people's eyes have been opened up quite a bit in the past couple of years. Right? So
now we being backhanded.
Sin is politely laying the smacker down though. This is the whole. It don't mean nothing to me while I'm smoking this nigga's boots. Sin, you're frying right now.
So now, as far as this past weekend, I mean, as far as Drake activities go, it's pretty much in line. You know, the whole speed dating thing, it seemed fun. It looked fun. You know what I mean? He had a bunch of baddies walking up, you know, to the table to talk to him, and he had his pick or whatever. That's cool. You know, he had another porn star. You haven't had enough, Drake? You trying to wipe or seat up another porn star? Come on, bro. Leave the porn stars alone.
They love too, Sam. Relax.
Damn,
just you know what I mean? The
adulterers need love too, bro.
The golf baddies, all right. You know that's if that's your flavor.
She had her moments.
Wait, so now we don't like attractive women at the rap round table?
No. I fire.
I get that, but I'm just saying, you know, maybe. Come on.
Yo, Drake hates. Sin hate Drake so much, even porn stars is on the fire, bro. This is crazy.
No.
This is crazy.
It's not the porn star herself. I'm just saying, if I'm Drake, and I got trapped by a porn chick, then maybe leave the porn chicks alone.
It's wild work. It happens. I've seen it.
Leave the porn stars alone.
My man. Shout out to Lou, man. Carrera.
But you know, the way he was you know, his manner of speaking at that table with the women, the type of women that were coming through. I ain't seen no black women, just FYI. You know, it's on par for what Drake does. So I'm not entirely mad at it because this is him. Honestly, if this was what he did more so on the regular, instead of doing the other stream where he was trying to talk tough to rappers again, I would be more of a Drake fan. Stay over there. You know what I mean? Go after the goth chicks. Live your best big titty goth chick life. Live that life, bro.
We know Drake.
Live
it. He's a large breast guy. He loves them large breast.
Of course.
I mean,
of course. You know what I mean?
Just Drake.
In a second. So before he leaves, because you just mentioned it, we got to get your thoughts on this because it would not be right if you don't talk about this before you leave.
Let
me get the video. Let me get the video file up right fast. You know what I mean? Since we're talking about podcasters and streaming this weekend and whatnot. You know what I mean? Pull this up real quick.
Appreciate all the love. I appreciate the last few months. It's been incredible for me. You know, I dropped 3 on that head top. These guys are dropping albums. It's like hello and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? And careful with that reply because the pen isn't dry. I'm just letting you know. That's what I'm on. By the way, let me pop it. Yes, double chrome bracelets. Okay. Cartier that your grandma would wear. Hello. Don't even want to say the price tag. Diamond cross on the jeans. Like, it's just really, I don't know how to explain it other than I'm having.
It's moving like a baddie right there. You know?
Oh, man.
Right there, you know what I mean? Macito, your final words on this hot talk from the OVO captain, the leader, the face of the brand, the Canadian Tux.
More proof. More proof that 2024 might have just been a fever dream. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, we back. back on top of the game, just like you say, 3 hit albums, 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean?
3 hit albums?
You said 3 on them.
Allegedly, well, I haven't listened to them. The numbers are the numbers. I still haven't.
I know Iceman doing. What's the number to the other two, Mace?
I'll be honest.
Shit.
Maybe that's why the streams ain't as good because I personally haven't listened to them yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
The ladies were carrying her 50 joint though.
That must be it. Not enough ladies.
What lady?
Run it up.
Them albums is not charting well, bro. They're not.
It's rough.
My fault.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. But this is the type of talk we want to see. The pen ain't dry. That means you ready to come back outside. I don't know. Is he ready to come back outside? That it can't be for ASAP Rocky, right? Nah, it can't be. Maybe Ricky Rose, he's already done. You know what I mean? Metro Boomin got dropped from Future. I don't know who it is. All he's saying is he's ready for the action. This is the type of talk we want to see. You know what I mean? The juxtaposition of him acting like a complete goof with the big titty goth chick and talking, you know what I mean? Telling us what he going to do on records. If anything, Iceman, album of the year, by the way, has proved that nothing he's saying here is a lie. I'm sorry. So I'm listen, this is exactly what we want to hear. You know what I mean? From the OVO captain, y'all.
Man,
shout out to
Mace.
That good talk, bro.
Mace, before you go, give us a good purr.
Wow.
Big Purr himself, Drake.
I'm dead.
I ain't never seen a gun sound effect sound so sweet in my life. Golly, what are we doing here?
Man.
Oh my God, yo, Macito, we know you gotta run, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm out of here. The guns don't ring off like that in Canada. I'm sorry, man. They got like 6 shooters out there, bro.
I was appalled when he heard that. Yeah,
he ain't hear a lot of gunshots growing up, y'all. What you want me to do?
Oh man. No haircuts, no gunshots.
He was imitating something that he seen in a John Wayne movie back in the day.
Shit, bro.
Yeah. Nah, Macito, don't get fired, bro. I'm gonna holler at you.
I appreciate y'all,
Do your
man.
thing, Brody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man.
Macito.
Dini, what are your thoughts on this situation with OVO, man? Drake talking, he popping it this weekend, boy.
I'm somewhere where Sin and Mace is, man. To me, I really just feel like that. Remember that scene in Training Day where he was talking about the newspaper?
Yeah.
Where he said this is 90% bullshit, but it entertains me. That's pretty much where I'm at with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is it corny? Yes. Is it foolish? Yes. But this is, I mean, granted, he's a little older too, so it doesn't help. But this is the type of shit I expect that, you know, the rappity rap guy to be doing. You know, this is the type of shit, him popping out, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing dumb shit. I expect this from like the character popular rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, when he said the whole thing about Kendrick Lamar, all that not popping out, this is beneath Kendrick. You get what I'm saying? This is not beneath Drake. This is the shit that rappers tend to do, like rapper-esque. We're not talking about Mos Def. We're not talking about Talib Kweli. I'm talking about like popular rappers. You get what I'm saying? Like niggas who sell units, unfortunately. No offense to anyone who doesn't sell units. But niggas who move the needle in terms of like, I mean, I'm not talking J. Cole, bro. I'm not talking J. Cole. I'm talking about the...
Let's see. Who's moved you? Jay-Z, 50, Nelly, Eminem.
Now, like, in Jay younger days, now, granted, this is fast forward in Jay younger days. You couldn't see Jay doing a 20v1 with just straight baddies in his younger days. Not at 40. Not at 40. I think it's crazy at 40. Young Hove?
Let's, matter of fact, I'm gonna table this conversation because you know Dini be like in a graduate school where we supposed to be on the Belt Parkway on the way to the tunnel to get to the city, right? And then Dini want to go stop off somewhere in Bed-Stuy and go Mac for 3 hours. We got somewhere to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a question.
So I'm gonna table this question like this. In real time, because we were there, was it Jay-Z doing any of the performative cool shit that would have accounted for social media behavior in the late 90s, early aughts? No.
I can't say what, because he was the performative. No. Jay-Z was the cool shit. You get what I'm saying?
That's like, what. So you making my point for me.
He set the trends.
Jay-Z was, if you wanted to see Hove, you had to go to whatever club. Let me finish. Whatever club he was at, you had to see him from a distance at his section. You could barely touch the nigga. No, he didn't. Why we had to win Jay-Z? Matter of fact, the question is, Did Jay-Z do this in his prime?
We didn't have this back then. I'm saying in this era.
Anything that could be correlated to this corny. What was the corny thing Jay-Z did in his prime?
Jay had no corniness in him. That's the ill shit. That's what I'm saying. He set the tone. But this is today's tone. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what was the one thing? Super
Ugly.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay. And I kind of like Super Ugly, so I'm in that small region.
Jay-Z would never. He's not barking like a dog or anything.
That's crazy. I'm talking about strictly just the dating aspect, just joints popping out, and I'm just having my choice between the joints. I'm talking about strictly like that.
Jay-Z would never and has never made himself that accessible to anyone. So no. As you were.
You're not wrong. But I just think this is what I would expect from today's rapidy rapper. You get what I'm saying? When I hear people think rapidy, think I mean like lyricist. I don't mean that. I mean like the popular guy in rap. Like I couldn't imagine Mace doing this 20 years ago, but in terms of what Mace was then, that type of nigga will be doing this today. You get what I'm saying? And that terms, like popular niggas, like the niggas who sold records, the niggas who moved units. This was just like I could see Old Dirty Bastard doing this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It just was performative character shit that a character kind of rapper would do to get people talking. Like it would be something that you would do to kind of set the table before you say, "Hey, I'm gonna drop an album. I got a movie coming out." You know, it was just ways to put cheeks in the seats. I ain't gonna lie, it was cheeks in the seats, man.
I mean, well, look again, like you know, Drake gonna bring the women out. You know that, like we not shooting that. Like I honestly, I don't even care about the 20v1 thing because I've been seeing the play with Drake with that for the longest. The rebrand was quiet. He didn't announce a rebrand, but he's rebranded. Like sitting with them particular type of streamers, giving access to a particular type of people, a particular type of audience. You know what I mean? People like, oh, he's with the Gooners and he's doing this and he's doing that. Like the nigga been with the Gooners. Drake, if you listen to Drake raps, Drake been telling you he was a Gooner the whole time. Like this is not new information.
It's not, bro.
Low key. I'm not. This is me not flaming Drake. I'm gonna flame Drake in a second. But what I'm saying is, I think Drake now is more comfortable being himself. Word to J. Cole than ever before. He liked the porn chicks. He likes chubby chicks with large breasts or just large breasts in general. He like to play slick games behind the scenes of other people's women's, and he's a gooner. He ain't above it, and he you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, that particular person, everybody, you know, the same way how when we were younger, we looked up to the hyper machismo, the swag. We wanted to go to the store and buy the shit that they had on. Look what Fabulous did to younger guys like us. Not so much Sin, but like me and Deanie. When Fabulous came out, we all wanted to be Fab. Like we chased
fly, man.
Right? Like this era, like Drake knows who his audience is. And it's a combination. You got some cool niggas that like Drake. It is what it is. I'm not gonna judge them for that shit. But then you got the Fedora niggas who do too much that like Drake. Then you got the Gooner niggas that's super corny who don't come outside that's afraid to talk to women. Drake is their avatar. He's their hero. He's like Guitar Hero, but Drake. So it's like he speaks.
Corny nigga who made it.
Oh, there you go. He speaks on a particular guy. So I'm not gonna beat him up for that. That's not what I'm gonna beat him up for. I don't care about the 20v1. If you're a dude and you're around the ladies, however it might be, and that's your vibe, I'm never in my life gonna knock that. I'm sorry. Even if y'all think, and especially the ladies calling them corny, cool. I understand. But as a man law, if he's around the ladies and he's getting to the women's, man law says we can't be mad at that. That's guy code I'm giving y'all right now. Right. But there's always a but. that video where he's popping it, talking about this is and the pen is still moist. That's what he said.
Pen isn't dry.
Pen's not dry.
Pen isn't. Yo, love.
Bonfire upon them.
Not true, but pen is still moist. So, oh my god, bro!
With the at the end of it.
With the sweet.
With the big purr.
Nah, nutty. You know what I'm saying? Come out the fucking room, yo.
Bloody
that, bro. But
shit.
But you
this
can't.
Comedy.
You cannot do that after you lost to Kendrick and then immediately sued right after that. You can't do that. Like I said a while ago, I'm not hearing no hot talk from Drake when it comes to the raps. Because you basically in a weekend's time, you went from this is fun to all right, guys, you got it. But that Sunday, Hot Part 6 dropped and he was tapping out. Nah. So you can't do that. Honestly, Drake is like, you live in that gated community, and it's that one neighbor that always wants smoke, but you know, as soon as the smoke pop up, he gonna call the cops. That's Drake. You want smoke?
A Karen.
Right.
Start it off, and then as soon as they get popping, he's calling the police. When it comes to rapping, that's how I look at Drake. You already called the people. You call the guys already. So I can't. Anytime if I take my garbage out my yard and I see you there, you feel away by my garbage can, I'm gonna just let you talk because I know as soon as I talk back, the police gonna be here. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
But I think question. So you can't really, you know.
I do think there's like an extra layer to this because if he's talking hot to ASAP or Rick Ross or who's in the anybody else, anybody other than Kendrick, I will accept it, right? I'll allow it, right? But Kendrick is in that group of whoever he's randomly talking hot to. Kendrick is included in that. So if you're gonna talk hot, it's gonna have to be specific names, right? The pen isn't dry. You know, don't reply. The pen isn't dry. But I'm talking about Rick Ross and I'm talking about A$AP Rocky. I'm not talking about Kendrick. Let's be clear. I don't want to talk to Kendrick. I don't because Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like that's
how mentioned the album just before.
According to Moni got the drop. According to Moni, via another source, I think one of Game Security, Drake and Game allegedly in the studio right now. So we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what takes place. But honestly, bro, if it comes to ASAP, we know he can out-rap ASAP, but ASAP got Rihanna. This whole thing with you and ASAP is about Rihanna. And last time that I checked, we're at the
Nipsey.
I seen a video where Rihanna's very much in love. Like, put it this way, like, you know when girls are being performative, but there's certain looks that women give men that let you know off rip. Like, that's yours, my guy.
To look back at it while moving the yams.
She's in Harlem with him. You gotta move on. I don't care about you beefing with ASAP about a girl who didn't even want to really publicly claim you. We cannot do that. Leave ASAP alone. You can out-rap ASAP. You punch it down again. You know what I'm saying? Rose done got beat up in Vancouver and after the Bigsburg thing. I don't care. If you're not talking to Cole, hear me talking nice about Cole. If you're not talking to Cole, if you're not talking to Kenny, there's nobody else who want to hear you talk to, especially with that sassy gun. Like, no. We don't want moist pens.
Oh, shit.
We want none of that. Yeah. Absolutely not, bro. Lava.
Fire.
What? Imagine a rapper and you got people with a stick and he say his pen is moist. Nah.
Be careful how you reply because my pen isn't dry.
Hold on. The pen isn't dry. So what is it then if it's not dry, Dini? What's the opposite of dry? That's my point.
Somebody said
saturated.
Somebody said whose pen? That's the real question.
Yo, yeah. Questionable pen.
I mean, that's what Flex said about Drake many years ago. He said his pen was in question.
Moist pen.
I didn't know it was this. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I gotta run that clip one more time, bro, because this is too much. I need that one more again.
Oh shit!
All the love. I appreciate the last few months. It's been incredible for me. You know, I dropped 3 on that head top. These guys are dropping albums. It's like hello and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? And careful with that reply because the pen isn't dry. I'm just letting you know. That's what I'm on. By the way, let me pump it. Yes, double chrome bracelets. Okay. Cartier that your grandma would wear. Hello.
Cartier that your grandma would wear.
Diamond cross on the jeans. Like, it's just really, I don't know how to explain it other than I'm having.
The pen isn't dry, you know? Nigga.
With Granny's jewelry on.
Sir. No, sir. Nah.
Anyway, it's funny. As soon as he hit the purr, as soon as he hit the purr,
Her?
he moved on to the jewelry. He was like, "Oh shit! Like I don't know where that came from. Let me show off my jewelry."
Nigga
And
glitched. He
check
had to
these
went into
numbers.
rapper mode. Cars are
Let
talking
me
about
change the
next.
subject and floss my jewelry because I don't know what that purr was. That was not meant for y'all. That was meant for some
That was
other
for sexy.
situation.
That's for sexy,
Oh,
right?
It was for sexy red.
That was for that's the Coil Ray Big Purr. Out of line.
Now, I mean, like Aubrey, the thing about Drake, bro, because the thing is, he got tunes I'm like, but he make it so easy to cut ass, bro. It'd be like, come on, bro. Like, you got like this is what year 17. You've been in this league. You ain't figure out how to be cool yet. You know what I'm saying?
No, but look,
you can't.
here's
It's not
the
a.
thing.
It's not a thing to being cool though. You know that's why niggas losing.
He's a whole actor, Nene. He can do it.
No, but here's the thing.
Cool is cool. You don't.
He's leaning into it. He's leaning into it now. You know what I mean? Because he knows he can get over on it. And that's the ultimate disconnect because we couldn't ever imagine a rapper, let alone the biggest rapper in the world, acting the way that Drake does back in the day. Absolutely not. We was not having it. But he can get over it now. You know what I mean? And he's leaning into it. He's leaning like you know, shouts to Job. He's leaning into the whole Guna aesthetic, like because that's a crowd that's out there on the internet.
Yo, I'm not mad. Honestly, bro, I have no qualms with him leaning into the Guna shit. I don't care. But the rap stuff, the rap roundtable, and you lost the biggest battle in history. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Errol Spence got punched on by Crawford? He came out and said, "Yo, I'll take whatever fade, bro. Nobody can't see me." After we just watched you get punched on for 9 rounds, like, come on, bro, you gotta go sit. Errol, to his credit, he went and he sat for a second. We ain't hear from him. This guy here is acting like it didn't happen. And I like Iceman. I think Iceman. Let me rephrase.
He grew on me.
Iceman is trash. I think it's a solid offer. I don't think it's album of the year. I don't think it's none of that shit. But it's a solid offer. It's a good bounce back when your back was on the road. Put it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't talk hot to nobody. No rapper.
Basement Tuggers is crazy, man.
That's OD.
Sir.
Shout out to Big Hack.
Sir.
Out of line.
Sir,
Come
it's
on,
a
man.
big hack and like brother. We might have to put you in timeout for that. That's crazy.
Band, just for a few minutes.
Out of line, brother.
Basement Tuggers is crazy.
Oh man. I don't even know. Yo, Denny, you went to the J. Cole concert real quick. We got my shout out to him. He's coming in a second.
Yeah, let's not be that other big podcast.
You ain't posting no pics.
I ain't post nothing.
Pics in the group chat. He ain't saying nothing.
What happened?
He ain't talking about the concert.
And you know what's crazy? It might be in the top like 3 shows I went to this year.
And this nigga said not one word.
It's the energy.
Nigga, he was busy being Batman.
I was actually you know what it is, bro. You know how like we always talk about we go to shows, we record everything, we don't really be in the moment.
Right.
I actually decided to be in the moment for this, bro. Mind you, I think it was only about 9 or 10 songs from the Fall Off, you know, and the rest was just like, you know, the hits, the classics. The crazy part, when he had a whole segment with Johnny P's Caddy, bro, you would really forget that it's Benny the Butcher's song, bro. The way the whole shit happened. Yeah. But like in terms of a show, I can honestly say beautiful show. Like the way that man, the lyrical ability, the way he like gets his fans involved into the show, bro. Like it's he as an artist, he really is a crazy artist, bro. Like I feel like a lot of people, the way he commanded the stage, a lot of people when they're just the only person on stage, it gets dry, it gets boring. But he's moving around the stage, he's active. You know, niggas in shape. He played basketball. Might have scored 2 points a game, if that. But you know, he still hoops. But like I was really impressed. Like one of my favorite shows of the year. Like as everyone knows, he starts off the show in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit begins, he's in the crowd with the fans, bro. And then he makes his way up to the stage to perform the next joints. But like I said, crowd interaction, lyricism, breath control, and just ability to just bring the fans into that experience. Great, like exceptional. That's never been a gripe we had with him though. It's been everything but that. You know what I'm saying? In terms of Sonics, everything, The joints for the ladies went crazy. Like you gotta just in terms of a 2-hour show, it's a lot of great music in that 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
He brought anybody out?
No.
Wow, just Dolo.
But only Boss. You know the dudes he comes with. He came with Boss, somebody Dreamville niggas. That intro that opened up for him.
JID?
I didn't see JID.
JID?
No,
of course.
Just I don't know. They might be on some kind of house. It seems like they don't really fuck with each other in some weird little way. I could be wrong, but they always take
you're not wrong, Danny.
Little snipes at each other. But yeah, great show. Shout out to Jay Cole.
He took some swipes at JID on a new tape. Shout out to the homie Don home team. Glad
Shout out to Don, man.
That new album is out. WD Volume 1, good music on there. Danny, did you wear the hat?
Of course I did.
Was there any scathing looks your way?
Nah, bro. Honestly, like everyone in there was really there like,
peaceful.
to catch a vibe, bro. There was no negative energy. Like the age varies is crazy. Like the people, like I'm seeing niggas 40. I'm seeing people that's like 15 in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the age, his demographic is nuts. People really fuck with this nigga, B. And I think he had 5 shows total in New York. There were 2 MSGs, 2 Barclays, and I think one at UBS. I think UBS in Queens. So he was cooking.
Yeah. You know, it's again, like, you know, I think sometimes because negativity travels further than positivity, people have not heard us say many times like, yeah, Cole did some BS, but he's going to sell units. His tour's going to do well because his fans never left. His fans, if of all the fan bases, I think Cole fans did the best job of defending their favorite.
No question.
Considering Cole put them in a position to have to defend him. You know what I'm saying? But we never doubted him as an artist. We never said he was finished. I don't even think we booted him from hip hop. We were just highly disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when people used to get mad at us, why y'all talking bad about Cole? So you're not hearing what we said. We're gonna listen to the album. The album better be good. He's gonna sell units. They don't hear that. They don't hear the negative shit.
You wasn't there when he made a few #1 lists of ours. Like they don't that type of shit. They don't. You had to been there. You know what I'm saying? But
I'll say this: the Cole fans, even though we might disagree with them and we might bump heads. Pause. Like I don't get that delusional like living in a different world feeling like I get from like the Paradise Club motherfuckers.
I do. I actually do. I think they on the same type of time, bro. I'm sorry.
Really? Nah, I don't see that from Cole fans. I think Cole fans really like they align so much with the way that Cole carries himself that like they just that's just their way of life.
It's not about music. It's not about music with them.
They don't bend themselves over back.
It's about you're attacking a good person. That's the way they treat it, bro. Like
right.
It's more than just music. Like they see themselves in him, bro.
But the way they talk to us and people like us when we point out the obvious BS that Cole be on, I gotta call them delusional. Because they be acting as if we just be picking on bro. And it's like, bro, this guy talks out of every side of his mouth. He does a lot of contradictory things to it. How can we ignore it? We can respect the music, respect his abilities as an artist, but we can also be like, yo, but he's lying. You know what I mean? When he is telling lies. Yo. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
And despite that, and despite all the shit I done said, still pull up to the show and watch the great show, bro. Like, this shit is music. This shit is hip-hop. You know, like, we say what you want about him, but in terms of an artist, he's a great artist, you know? So I pulled up.
Shout out Cole. And again, if there's another Cole show in the metropolitan area, I'm going to pop out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have no issues with him as an artist. I got an issue with him on a personal level as far as some of his choices. I would just prefer that he just stand on his square, stand on what you believe in. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of did it, but do it. Like that podcast run he went on where he was kind of double talking. Like, bro.
Crazy.
Just be like, I dropped the disc and I was bugging the fuck out. He didn't have to tell no stories. I was bugging. We all have to respect that.
You to humanize yourself.
Yeah.
The boom booms and the extra stories, and then you saying one thing, but then you dissing niggas for wax. Like, brother, which one is it?
I do want to say one thing though, like, because there's a certain personality on another platform, one of the biggest platforms out there, that was getting heat for not having gone to the J. Cole show. Like, Dini went to the Cole show. Joff says, next time he comes around, he'll go to a Cole show. I'll be honest, I don't have any interest going to a Cole show. Like, I'll enjoy his music, but he's not an artist for me that I would spend a certain level of bread on. right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like I was getting tight watching, people come at bro from that other platform, just because he didn't want to go to the J. Cole show. Who says we have to? Who says anybody has to go to the J. Cole show? Just because we're on a platform, we have to go to like every big show.
This is bro from the other. We got beef him?
No. This is on the Joe podcast.
Oh, okay.
I just, I don't want to mention anybody on no other platforms, but like they were like the internet was coming at him because like he decided not to go to the Cole show. Who says you're forced to go to a Cole show? Like that's crazy to me.
It's for niggas who love live. I just happen to love live music. I just happen to love rap, so it works out for me. And I just happen to make the time. You know what I'm saying? Like not going. I mean, but like I always say, if you love it, you'll put your money behind it. There's got to be some artist that you love enough to want to spend at least a couple dollars to see. Tickets actually went down. I think like $50-$60 for the Cole shit toward the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? So like,
he's not a nigga man now.
He's not.
Quadrupling by the end of the weekend,
you know what I'm saying? Like even shout out to ASAP Rocky.
That's so wild to me, man.
During the Jay-Z shit, they had ASAP Rocky tickets. He had to show the same day as Hove. Crazy again, just like Rick Ross, and his shit was going for like $40. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about demand, bro. It's really just demand.
Mess because some guys probably had them shows tied in a minute ago.
Long time ago.
This guy shutting the city down. But anyway, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell, log in to all things Rap Roundtable. Follow us on social media. Follow us here. Follow us everywhere. Saying I got you. Hit the like button. We see the super chats. It's good to see some familiar faces back with the super chats. TB with the 100 piece. We love you, TB. Go ahead, Sin.
Nah, while we're talking about shows, shouts to Nas over in London, shutting down the Roots picnic over there.
Salute.
With the likes of, obviously the Roots, Black Thought, Mos Def, Common out there. I was seeing the footage of that. I was like, God damn, I never wanted to be a bloke so much in my life. You know what I mean? I wish I was out there.
And you were at the actual Roots picnic in Philly, so that says a lot, bro. The energy must be crazy.
You know what I mean?
You wanted to be with the man, them. Yeah.
And the end.
That's the first place I would go. Take me to the end, blood.
You see, blood?
I would have just been struggling trying to find something to eat because shit.
I bet.
Can I go to Summer House? Like, bro, that's not real.
Some fish and chips.
Yo,
fish and chips would be all I'm eating, bro.
Yeah.
The streets say that because I haven't gotten over there yet, but I plan to. But the streets keep saying that the food over there is mid. Like, I'll go all the way. From what I've seen and heard, trash, bro. Damn. I know. I gotta get to Spain. I gotta get to Italy. I know the food gonna bust.
Yeah, Italy gonna be crazy with the food.
The streets are saying the beans on toast energy in England is rough, bro. RUFF in caps.
Sheesh.
That's what they said. They said it, not us. I'm not co-signing because I'm gonna go with the Caribbeans anyway and go see where they at with the food.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? They have a dish over there that's called the F word, and this is so crazy.
Yo, I saw a post about that this morning, bro. I'm like,
what is it composed of?
They dead serious?
Yo, that's what it's called.
What is the food composed of, though?
Chat, it's called FAGGOT. It's a dish.
Oh, wow.
So funny. That's what it's called. Anyway,
It's wild.
Hey,
we got
man.
Pulling into the Rap Roundtable. He was on with us, I want to say about a month ago. About a little over a month ago, we had the pleasure of going to his listening party for his new tape that's coming out. But if you want to copy it, the link will be in the chat. Make sure you pull it up and support it. But Mally, what it is, bro? Pull up, guy. What it is?
Yo.
What up?
What's
I'm
good,
chilling, man? I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Thank y'all for having me back up here. How's everybody?
You cannot
so far, so good, bro.
We good.
What's up? That's what's up, man.
You know what I mean? You was in the doc. You heard the conversation we was having. You know what I'm saying? Have you crossed the pond at all? Have you been over there?
Yeah, I actually, I went to London last year. Actually, yeah.
How was the
I
food?
went to London last year. It's different. They serve breakfast with beans, so that shit kind of
wow.
like they call it the American breakfast, the English breakfast, yeah. It was slapping. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't fuck with the beans, but the breakfast was slapping. I ain't gonna lie.
All
Breakfast
right,
was slapping. Yeah, the chicken a little different over there. The drinks taste a little better over there. You know, they don't really do the
Fake
food
sugars and
coloring and
shit.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, artificial shit. So it's
Yeah.
a little different. But yeah, the bean shit threw me off. I ain't gonna front.
Nah, no funny. The food regulations over
Shout
there.
out to London. I love London though. I ain't gonna lie. I love London.
Facts. I gotta get over there. Bro. You
Yeah.
know what I
Just
mean?
Europe in general, the shit, they don't let them eat the shit we eat over here, bro.
Nah, that's a
Nah,
fact.
Don't let them.
Yeah, not allowed. Not food, like you said, the food colorings, all that chemical shit that we eat, and
All
when they
that.
trying to kill us, they
Yeah,
can't.
they not having it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, were you outside this weekend? Jamaica parade, bro? What was the word with that? You got
Yeah,
to
I
be in
was out. I was outside for a little bit, just a little bit, just mingling,
So
you
you
know.
survived
But
the let
it's
out.
cool. Of course, yeah, of course. The let out,
Oh
that's the
my
best part.
god, the
Yeah, the
amount of
let out was
footage I
amazing.
seen. You saw, bro,
Yeah.
like the amount of footage I seen of people just getting washed and rinsed out there in these streets between that
Nah,
and the
yeah.
DR parade
Yeah.
on Sunday. Holy shit!
Oof, cop.
Nah,
Somebody
definitely.
punched on Franklin, bro. Real bad, bro.
Nah,
Whipped out.
we ain't worried about that.
Oh
We ain't worried
shit!
about that. Those my people, you feel me? I'm Jamaican, so you know I'm gonna be there. It's the first parade in New York.
Yeah, bro.
Like, come on,
Shout out
man.
to the
This the
Independence.
year in New York. Yeah, come on. We won a championship. We got the first Jamaican Day parade. Like, yeah.
It's
I
been
had to be
amazing so
outside.
far. It's been
That's a
I
amazing.
fact.
This feel like a
That's a
vintage
fact.
New York summer in a lot of ways. Like the energy been real different. You know what I mean? So I'm appreciating it. But yo, while we got you here, we're not gonna keep you too long, but we gotta talk about this better left unsaid too. Once again, we
Talk to
had the
me.
opportunity to hear the project, the listening party, real dope. We gotta give Mally his flowers off the rip, right?
Salute.
Again, we've gone to a lot of shows, we've seen a lot of artists perform, and there's a phrase that I use often when I talk about going to these shows. And no, it's not the neckbeards, but it's bear man at these shows, right? We pulled up to Mally's event, and with the exception of his people and myself, Deanie, and Sin, nothing but women in the room. So
Teams.
applaud Mally off the rip for making sure to have the room
No
perfectly
sausage
balanced.
fest. Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Doing it the right way, brother. The right way.
We're not being
Appreciate
reverse
you, bro.
sexist, but we'd like to see more women at these shows, and I
Yes.
like the fact that that's the tone that you're setting. You know what I mean? But
Nah,
with this project
definitely.
right here, like let's talk about that for a second. We know what it is, but with the public coming, that's getting to know you right now. Like, what are
Yeah.
your goals for this project right here? We heard how the rhyming is sharp, the beat selection is sharp, but what are you trying to convey with this project here?
So this project is really just a bridge for my album that's supposed to be coming out sometime soon, Serving Two Masses. And I also feel like this is just like, you know, more like a stress reliever, just to get your shit off your chest. Um, Everything I do is strategize. So, you know, if you listen from my tapes to the beginning, everything is just a story. And this is just like a little interlude in my story, you know? That's how that is. So I feel like this is one of my favorite things to do though. You know, like I said, just get shit off my chest, let people see how I get when it comes to lyrical exercise, you know?
That's a fact, man. One thing that you mentioned too, and I appreciated, there's a lot of connective threads, reoccurring
Yeah.
characters, things of that nature. Like, why is that important to you to make sure that, like, if you listen to Mally from the beginning of your journey as a rapper to now, like this reoccurring characters, almost like a series, if you will, but in rap form? Why did you take that approach as opposed to just dropping tapes and just whatever?
I feel like I said, everything for me is strategic. So as you listen to my beginning projects as to now, you see who Mally is, and that's really who it is. Like I can't just explain to you, and some people listen to your music and it sounds soulless. You feel me? I want you to be able to listen to my music and know who Mally is. Maybe you'll find out something from my second project or third project. Like, okay, this who Mally is. This what he does. So I want everything to be connected. I want people to know who Mally V is. I shouldn't have to just, you know, say I like this or I like this or like this. I want everything to be told as a story. You know how Marvel do it. Marvel, yeah, like the Marvel universe. Everything is just connected. And sometimes you got the fourth movie where they explaining shit that people don't know from the first. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's just how I want it to be. You feel me? And I feel like that's the best way to grow a big fan base, because every time you drop something, people are gonna want to know something new. You know?
Shout out to the homie Saint. He in the chat right now. I know we talked about it briefly the last time you were here, but there's always people who are hearing you for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
how did you guys connect with Saint, and like, what made you decide that, you know what? Because I can say for myself, I've always liked Saint, the producer, but you have him almost like your DJ Clue of it all. Like, he's borderline like narrator in certain spaces of the tape as well. What gave you the idea to position him that way on the project?
Saint, he always just had a voice. I listened to his lives on Instagram of what he doing his mashups, and I always felt like he just had that voice. Like, nah, he like a baby DJ Clue or a DJ Drama. You feel me? So I feel like why not? Put him in that position to see if he could do something a little different. No freaky. And
whoa,
good catch.
And it just works out. You feel me? After we tried the first tape, the shit came back immaculate. Like, I was blown away. So, when I came with the part 2, I was like, I need nobody but him.
That's fire to me. Like, I like.
Shout out to Saint, man.
There's a lot of meticulousness in the process, bro. That I'm hearing. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I've had a little small part of it. You know what I mean? But like with this project here, like you've decided that you're gonna be very forthright. I asked you this question again, but I'm gonna ask it again. Like, why are you so adamant about making the ladies a part of this process?
Like I said before, I feel like women are the biggest consumers. And I feel like there's nothing better than a rapper who can attract a woman with his music. I feel like once you got those two, it's just like you got it. You feel me? You got some women who listen to rap, and my shit is fire. So I'm gonna always have the niggas who love music and love hip hop to always bump my shit. But if you have music that women want to listen to, and you nice and you rap and you rapping to them, so I feel like, why not?
That makes a lot of sense. Dini, chime in, bro. You know what I mean?
There's something beautiful about that. Like, it could be the Jamaican heritage. I'm gonna take a couple of points too. You understand? It's something about that. Like, it's something about speaking to the ladies. And I always crack my jokes and shit, but like when you have them fully locked in and engaged, bro, they really like could change an entire situation. You know what I'm saying? In terms of I mean, anything. Like, gotta give a shout out to the ladies in terms of music. Go to a party and there's no ladies and see how that party ends up. Yeah. Go to a party with ladies and see how they bring a different kind of energy. But I love that about you, bro, because I always talk about compelling music that makes people want to press play. I listen to a lot of music, bro. A lot of people are really good rappers, but they don't make compelling music. The music does not compel you to press play. Where do you think you get the ability to just hone that and just get people to just press play on the tunes?
I would say by listening to everybody else's stuff and knowing what I don't want my shit to sound like sometimes. And I just want my shit to sound organic. I want it to sound different. I know there's a million ways to tell a story about how you ran into a chick, but it's only one way I feel like is the most important way. You feel me? So I feel like I got to do my shit differently. You got 100 niggas to tell you how they bag one joint, but if this one nigga say he did something a little different, they gonna be like, all right, this nigga the man, and he probably just doing this. He doing the same shit. It's just he's saying his shit different. He's spitting his shit different. So that's really how I look at it. I just want my shit to be different. I may be telling a story. I would just. That's honestly the best way I can explain. A lot of people live the same lives, but it's just all based on how everybody else explains it. Everybody walk up the stairs, but there's different ways. Like, some niggas run, some niggas jog, some niggas hop up two at a time. Everybody just do their own shit, and you just got to figure out which way work for you and which way is gonna be the most attentive for everybody else.
I appreciate that. Because you look around at the landscape, and if you're in the chat right now, I just posted the link. Better Left Unsaid too. Link is right there. The Bandcamp. Run it up, tap in. Dropping on all day this Wednesday as well. We're looking at the New York landscape, and we're seeing finally people, non-New Yorkers, if you will, are noticing that there's a lot more to the towns than just drill. At the same time, being different, people have kind of overdone the drumless sound. You are clearly chasing something that's a lot more car friendly, has a little more bounce, a little more bop. Like
Vibrant.
why didn't
Thank
you
you.
just like what made you decide? Besides, of course, being different, we know that. But like, what about your musical taste that you felt like, you know what? I don't want to do this. Even with the last tape that I heard before this one, it's clearly like you like a certain kind of vibe. I hate to use that word with your music because it's people are making vibe negative now. But
That
there's
word is not a crime.
You said, you know, I'm not gonna get. I can do this. I'm nice at rapping. I could just get 12 drumless beats and I could drop a tape and go viral that way. You decided to take your own path and a very fine tuned sound. Shout out to Season as well. Like, what made you decide to take that particular path?
More so because I feel like I know I can do it. So why not try something different? That's really what it is for me. I want to try a little bit of everything. The drumless loops, that's cool. Like I could do that too. I could do 10 albums on that, you feel me? But that don't mean it's gonna catch everybody's attention. And I feel like with the production team I got in my circle right now, they're just amazing. And for me, for beats, it's really just what I feel. I really don't have no other way to put it. It's just what I feel. Like Season, Bobby, they send me packs, and I'll just go through some shit and I'd be like, all right, this is the one right here. I couldn't tell you what to make me be like, this is the one, but when I hear myself on or I got a cadence for it within the first couple seconds, I just know this is for me.
So it's not a formula. Like you really feel like you gotta like it to write to it, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it's just me, I guess, energy. There's sometimes they send me beats that I done sat with for maybe like 4, 5, 6 months, and then I listen to the shit again, and I'll have a whole 16 with a hook. And when I first hear this shit, I'll be like, this shit cool, and like I just probably never go back to it. Like it's so many times and so many tracks that I recorded that the beats is probably about 4, 5, 6 years old that I finally sat with it after going through so much shit I got and be like, yo, like I can hear something now, and maybe it's just I wasn't ready for it. That could be it too. You know, sometimes this shit just be so fire, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say on it. You know, that like I don't, you know, I really don't even know how to explain it. That's the best way how to explain it. It's just like I guess maybe just like a wrong time kind of thing. You know, wrong time, right person type shit.
Yeah.
So it's like this is the shit I need, but like right now, maybe my mental state or wherever I'm at with my writing or even what I have to say, I'm not ready for it right now. But I'm like I said, I might go back to 4 or 5 months when I got a lot of shit to say or when I've experienced more. I feel like what I need to say would specifically go for this beat that I couldn't write 2, 3, 4 months ago.
That's a superpower. Knowing how to do that is a superpower.
Nah, that's a fact.
Just jump out there and just fuck shit up over and over
and
again.
Disrespect, nah, we ain't doing that.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't doing that.
Need a plan of attack. Sincere.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got there. I had some connection issues, so like by the time I got out, came back, we kind of got there in the conversation where I wanted to take it. But like, because I did notice that when at your listening event, there's tracks where it's like, oh, this dude can really rap. You know what I mean? The beats is hard. And then there's other tracks that's like, oh, this for, you know, this is a dope track for the women. And then there's other ones that's like, this is a dope track to ride to. And I like, personally, I feel like a lot of rappers, the way the algorithms work now is like, I got to stick to my one lane, right? But you don't stick to one lane. You know, you are a well-rounded individual, right? So,
thank you.
What brings that out of you, like mentally or emotionally? Like, why not do what everybody else is doing, where it's like just one lane and boom, I'm gonna get my fans there, but you want to be well-rounded?
I mean, I shit. I wish I had an answer. I'm not like everybody else. You feel me? So just if 100 niggas going that way and shit working for them, I ain't gonna be that 101 nigga to go that way. It might not work for me. You feel me? I'd rather take my own lane and figure out what's gonna work for me. Like I've just never been like that. I've never been a follower. And I could do it. Like you said, I got shit for everybody. I rap. I got boom bap shit. I got shit for the ladies. I got shit for the niggas. I got street shit. I got relatable shit. Like you need to do a little bit of everything. And then that's how you gonna know what works and what don't work. You feel me?
Facts.
I can't just keep doing one thing and then how am I gonna know if it's working? You gotta try everything.
Because we have that conversation a lot here. Like we remember back in the day, like the hardest rappers, Big, DMX, even Wu-Tang, like they were so varied in their subject matters, and they talked to the ladies and they gave you shit for the cause, and that, you know what I mean? And then somewhere along the way, it's like if you're a hard rapper, if you're a lyricist, you gotta be hard all the time.
All the time.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
But
nah.
You know, I was that at your listening event, I was like, oh, like he gets it. You know what I mean? Like he gets that you don't have to be one thing 100% of the time. You know, there's so many different layers and facets to like what makes a rapper and an MC an artist, you know, and you exemplified that. So I appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Nah, and honestly, to be truthful, it's a breath of fresh air because like we keep asking kind of the same question because we've talked to so many artists since we started doing interviews.
Bro.
And the thing is, what some of them don't know is that we go back in like the back catalog and we see exactly when they decided, you know what, this is the thing to do right now. So it's a breath of fresh air to see people who just want to make music and be an individual within making that music as opposed to being a part of a wave and try to maximize that wave before that wave dies, because we've had conversations with people like, yo, that wave is about to be done up. And a lot of people who maximize that wave, what they're going to do next, they haven't showed any versatility. And the thing is, that audience is they kind of stubborn. Once you try to veer away from that lane, they get real mad at you. Stop doing it.
They flip,
you know
bro.
So it's like I'd rather you continue to do what you're doing as far as having like a good buffet of different sounds to where you can't put you in a box. You know what I mean? Like this is the box is everything as opposed to one particular thing. So we're really appreciative of that. Also, going back to conversation we had the last time, you was talking about, you know what, I'm really about to get after this. I'm going to pursue it aggressively. So we see you outside making appearances, visuals. How have you been personally receiving being more active as a rapper? Interviews, freestyles. What's that been like for you?
It's been an experience because I always felt like I just wanted to do music and like sit back. But I know in this day and age, like it don't work like that, you know? Like how Her was or how Nav was. They just made music and the shit just popped for them before they even like really revealed themselves or people knew who they were. But I know like in this day and age, like people want to see like who you are, you know?
And you do, bro.
and as I started doing more like interviews or just releasing more content, like the feedback I've been getting is like very amazing. Like people are like they're unintentionally saying like, finally, like this is what we've been waiting for, like good, like we like this, like you know. Yeah, so that's just like my motivation to keep me pushing along. But yeah, I always thought that, you know, I just want to make music and just sit back, but it don't work like that. And I'm learning, you know. I'm still just trying to figure this shit out. But I'm definitely trying my best to be more consistent, you know, and show people I take this serious.
That's fire because, and I can understand why they would say finally, because a person who hasn't done it, we would expect like 9 times out of 10, and Dini and Sen could attest to it. We do the interview, it would be like 2-word answers. We get you up out of here in 10, 15 minutes. But you actually can talk. You're thoughtful. So it's like, of course, you people like, yo, do this shit some more. You know? You're good at it. You know what I mean? But again, like, before we get you up out of here, final question as far as getting back to the music. Better Left Unsaid 2 drops this Wednesday on DSPs. I had the link.
Yes, sir.
For the Bandcamp link. Support this man. What is the one thing you hope that people take away from listening to this project?
That's a good question. One thing.
Great question.
I want people to see that. I want people to really realize that, like, it's some heavy hitters out here. It's just, you know, like I'm a diamond in the rough. That's it. Like it's so much potential, and just not specifically me, but just niggas who rap that we just gotta figure out how we can be seen to the world, you know? It's just about like something that's gold, but nobody knows. Like what worth does it have if nobody knows about it, you know? Yeah. So I'm just trying to show people, you know, what I'm really capable of, you know?
That's a great answer. You know what I
Respect
mean?
it.
Because there's a lot of people out here who's really doing it. For those that don't know, let them know where they can find you everywhere on social media so they can run those follows up and tap in with you as you continue this journey.
Yes, sir. You can find me everywhere, Mally V. That's MALI, 2_V on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, Napster, whatever y'all listen to music on. That's Mally V, MALI space V.
My God. Big shout out once again to
Nally.
Saint. Shout out Steph, Rob, Season, all those guys over there.
Shout out the
Brooklyn.
whole team,
Y'all
AFD.
got
Shout out to
something
Brooklyn.
real good over there. You know what I mean? I'll
I
be watching
appreciate you,
it.
brother.
If y'all got any new music y'all cooking up, just give me the leak on the side. You know what I mean? I'll take it.
Send
Definitely.
that.
You know what I
Send
mean?
Most
that.
definitely. Most definitely.
Nally, we appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Nally. Salute,
I'm
family.
going to see y'all. Salute.
Copy, Brody.
Good. And if you make sure y'all tap in with Mally V, good music, super strong lyricist, and he got something to say. It ain't mindless drone bars. Like he got good tunes, good bars, everything that we like as music
Got
fans.
stories in there.
Tap
You know what I
in,
mean?
man. Better Left Unsaid 2 on Wednesday. And go tap into Better Left Unsaid 1, man. That shit is fire.
Like I
Get
said,
acquainted with the story.
it's a lot of misconceptions about New York City, and I feel like we've actively done our part to bring New York City to you by way of these interviews. So yeah, I know that there's a lot. There's shit going on here. It's not just who you've seen on the internet. It's people that you have no idea about. That's popping. Give them a chance. You know what I mean? And then Mally V's another one of those guys. Super dope. Good ear for beats. Good project making. Connective tissue with stories. What more you can ask for? And be clear, like y'all hearing about Fergie Baby now. He's viral. We told you about Fergie 2023. BMO viral this year. We told you about BMO. Like we love our city and we want to break those misconceptions. I'd like to get BMO. If we got Fergie up here, we didn't get BMO. I think BMO might be out of here though. I don't know if we can get BMO yet. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was at the Fergie joint too.
He was. I didn't even. I should have pulled up on. I wasn't even thinking. I was looking at the other situation that we always laugh about that I can't talk about. You know what I mean?
Sidebar jar.
Sidebar, bro. But yeah, bro, New York got something to say. Just make sure I sound like Atlanta niggas. New York got something to say. You know what I mean? Don't let the internet tell you what it is. Come find out for yourself. Anyway, before we get up out of here, not really a whole topic, but you know, I just want to point out that let me do some quick math here. It's been give me a second. It's been 10 days since Mate dropped, and there's been no response from anyone. It's been 10 days since? Because it was not this past Friday, it was the Friday before last, right?
I feel like it's more than that, but sure.
We haven't counted days since the Drake Kendrick beef. I just want to let y'all know we haven't counted days in between shit. So this is real.
Did Fools Made drop when we went to the studio the last time? That Friday, right?
That Friday.
No, I feel like it was the Friday before that.
The Friday before that?
Fools
Made?
Yeah.
Hold on. Matter of fact, why are we doing
it? It was because
it was Summer Jam. When was Summer Jam?
It was Summer Jam, and I was trying to go watch an outdoor flick. I don't know. I remember it was a Friday night. I was going to go watch an outdoor flick, but the mosquitoes was eating me alive. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go home." And that was on a Friday night.
Fools
if it was so, it was
July
not
25th. Holy shit!
So it wasn't the night that we were in the studio. Why would that be in the studio?
Hold on. So that's 1 week. July.
I was on my way walking home.
It's the 10th
when I listened to the shit.
At bare minimum, that's 15 days. At bare minimum.
Hold on. It's been 17 days.
Blood clot neurotic.
It's been 17 days since Fool's Mate dropped, and no one has said a word. I can't believe it's July 20th. It can't be July 25th, gang. No way, bro.
We are here.
Nah, I refuse to believe that, bro.
Believe it.
It was the peak of summer. Summer's almost over now. It's been that long.
I'm going to YouTube. I refuse to believe that.
It is what it is.
No. Yeah, technically, it dropped on YouTube July 24th.
I keep telling you, time is moving at a different rate now, bro. Like time is just whizzing by.
Kevin, 14.
He's still doing the math. Jarvis still math.
Yeah. We about to get hours. We about to convert this shit to hours, bro.
If hold up, Job. If A squared plus B squared equals C squared, then when was it that 38 Spesh dropped Fool's Me?
17 days ago, bro.
17 days ago. See, the math is mathing, bro.
408 hours ago, bro.
It has been 17 days of radio silence from Jadakiss, Jim Jones, Fat Joe. They've said nothing. Zero. Yo, is he about to lose a battle by way of silence?
Is it worth it?
It's gonna be some people that say that he won because Kiss didn't respond. We gotta be fair. We know that. But considering the play, and he told us what the play was. This is not our opinion. This is what he said. Considering the play and the marketing behind it and being in conversations, day 17 of nothing. It's been more action for the upstate versus New York City angle than anything involving 38 with Kiss, Capo, and Fat Joe. Like, matter of fact, enough for me. Sincere, Dini, what are your thoughts on the situation? 17 days in of silence.
This is rough. This is rough. That you for me personally, I don't feel like any rapper should want to find themselves in this situation, in this predicament. You know what I mean? Because sure, there's gonna be that contingent of people that are gonna say, well, he had the last word, so he won. But I mean, that's not really how this shit works, honestly. You know? Because the 38 bar was a response to the Jadakiss bar, right? So right now they're even, and looking from the outside in, that Jadakiss bar is scathing. That shit has to be sitting in his soul right now. You know what I mean? And what was to be completely honest, complete transparency, I don't even remember the 38 Spesh bar that went at Jadakiss. That's how forgettable it was. I don't remember it because he spent so much time on Jim Jones and his woman.
Yeah. Little man bars. It was a lot of like, you're a little guy kind of bars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But compare that. You know what I mean? You're okay. Yeah. I remember. You're Fat Joe's little man. Yeah. You're such and such little man. Compare that to, is this about a verse or is this about a career? Let's put shit in perspective.
Deep.
And then after that, that's all Jadakiss said. Here comes 38 with his little man bar. Might as well have been talking about, size 7 feet, Drake. And, might as well.
I got 500,000.
Most Kiss said was that little IG comment about the Summer Jam stage being the safest place, like, and that was it.
And then nothing else after that. That should tell you, like, what you tried to do, it didn't land the way you thought it was going to, and nobody felt it was important enough or impactful enough to even warrant a response. That's a tough place to be in, man.
Matter of fact, Sin, I'd like to add to that. You got told from 3 individuals who are known for having time for this type of shit. Individually, Kiss, Fat Joe, and Capo individually are known to have time for this type of thing. And they all individually have decided that they don't have time for you. You know how bad the play had to be for them to just decide that, you know what? Some of the loudest people in New York hip-hop history to decide that silence is how we're going to diffuse the situation.
Silence from niggas that use microphones to talk, bro.
That's crazy.
Silence from niggas who use microphones to make money. I'm saying, look at it for what it really is. They left it going red.
On a podcast. You let Dave East take you off
ISO.
Feature. You can't be on my tape no more.
Left on red.
And again, there's gonna be the people that are gonna say, "Oh, they're all ducking him."
Nah.
It's
But
not ducking, bro.
be honest with yourself. Listen to the track. Listen to the bars. Were they really? Was that really like all he had?
And
Was that impactful enough?
That's a great point, Sam, because I'm of the belief that had the disc been scathing,
Right.
all three or at least 2/3 would have had a response out already. Because they are the type of guys that would compete. If the
we just not gonna let this sit.
If the noise all over the algorithm was, yo, 38 just violated Jim Jones.
Right.
They would have felt
But nobody on the internet said that. That was said nowhere.
You know what this shit is, bro?
No, except for that one account. That one account. Twitter account.
You ever get them emails and them shits be like,
bouncing on you seen that?
If you get a percentage off, you ever them emails will tell you, if you get, we'll give you a percentage off of them shit today in order for us to like tag you in our mailbox kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It feels like the nigga said, I'll give you a little deal, but after I take this little deal, I'm gonna be bothering you every fucking day with these emails. I just feel like they was like, yo, we don't want the emails, bro. Whatever little percentage of a deal you possibly could give us, it ain't gonna be worth your emails.
Yo, bro, been that. You remember that song by Nerd? Oh baby, you on me? Like that. That's been him.
Oh shit! You can
get
the black for free,
bro. Because thing is, you don't be on Twitter. Like I have not seen dick ridery of disproportion ever in life. Not even from Drake fans during the battle. Like I don't know. This whole thread is that, bro. This whole thread has just become that. It's become a fan page, my nigga. Like it's crazy.
And then there's mad people doing like imitation, like 38 rap, like parodies and shit. You been seeing them shits?
Yeah.
I went to the caddy store. Niggas bringing for the fatty raw. There's like 10 niggas right now that are like blown up on fucking IG making like parody 38 Spesh videos. This is not what remember I told you what's gonna come from the battle? Y'all was like, nah, niggas gonna press play and listen to the music. I'm like, no, bro, he's gonna become a pariah. Niggas ain't even gonna want to press play.
Well, we don't know what's happening with him pressing play or not, but we know that people can clown. But in order to clown, that means you'd have had to have pressed play. What's your source material?
The fools made heard him. That's niggas source material.
Ain't enough for that type of parody.
No. Joe has a point because Fool's Mate wasn't as prohibition-y as some of his other songs.
You're not wrong.
Listen, some of his other deliveries. Always hating on 38 low key, bro. That's what I'm hearing.
Who?
Always hate from Dini when it comes to 38.
No, I love 38, bro, but just I've never seen it outside of Drake. I never seen a nigga mishandle a perfect situation like before. This situation was all for your game, bro. Kiss don't get nothing smoking you on the record. You know what I'm saying? You on a record with Kiss would have been a plus.
All he had to do, bro, after Kiss. Because the thing is, you know what? There's like rap, quote, beef or rap battle protocol, right? We know that.
Yeah.
In the first interview, you called out top 5. You called him out. Top 5 says, I think he commented on Instagram. He acknowledged it. He then proceeded to what? Throw a bar your way. A scathing bar. Your way on a single. What happened?
No, I just seen it. I'm so focused. I can't believe he remembers that. Yeah,
Dini, did you take a pic with Spesh? Yeah, I got a pic with Spesh, nigga. I can't criticize nigga. I took a picture with.
Somebody in the comments remembered that.
Salute.
You know, I'm so
salute for the memory. But what does that mean?
I'm so focused. It's funny. Like when he clown me, I don't get mad because it's funny. If it's funny, I don't got no problem with it. You get a point for that one. I'm so focused. You really watch the show.
You're tapped in.
No, you really do. My man's taking notes over there, bro.
Chris wrote on the Instagram. He gave you a scathing bar on their random new single with one of the hottest guys from your town. Because I think Stove is from Syracuse or Rochester.
I think it's Rochester.
I'm not confident, but he's an upstate guy. Put it down. He's upstate. We put him, lump him in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And he gives you a diss by rap battle or beef protocol. Once you got that line, is it about a verse or is it about a career? And he called you out by the protocol we've seen for decades. 38 was supposed to do one of two things. He was supposed to either drop the full diss, or you go to somebody's platform, maybe it's Sway, maybe it's Leakers, one of these guys, and you do a freestyle where you mention Kiss, whether by name or not, but you respond to Kiss's line with bars, aggressive bars, either the diss record or the freestyle, one of the two. And then Kiss responds with a full-on verse and or diss, and then we get to the battle. Yeah. Instead, 38 took a line and went to Backfuel, shout out SO, and then dropped Fool's Mate where he's talking about Capo. When honestly, Jim Jones clowning. He don't count. Jim Jones was clowning that first. I know he says apparently people keep telling me that Jim Jones said something about 38's brother, like it got a little too left, and I respect that. But leave Jim Jones out of it. Jim Jones is a known troublemaker. If your issue with Kiss was strictly about rap, don't conflate troublemaking Jim with a rap issue with Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? Keep it strictly music. And I felt like at some point you getting emotional, calling niggas old and worrying about medication and all this and that. Bro, once he said, this is about a verse, this is about a career, and that was a lip. He could have flipped that bar easy because he's nice enough to do it. Like, he's wild nice. Right. That's one thing I'm never going to let niggas play about 38. 38 is wild nice. He could have flipped that bar effortlessly and got right back to it. But instead, he took this route and he lost the plot. And then you're doing these interviews where you're telling people about marketing and algorithms and things of that nature. So Jadakiss, Jim Jones, and Fat Joe, I'm like, so we're licks. They're going to look at themselves like, oh, you look at us like a lick.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
cloudy.
It's quiet at that
cloudy,
point.
Man.
And that brings me to my point, because had this been played better, he could have climbed the ranks. He could have, you know, had Fool's Mate landed better, had it had more direct bars, had it had more scathing bars, some more impactful bars. You know what I mean? He could have really done something where one of the three, Jim, Joe, or Jada.
Hold on, Sam. I didn't even realize that because I didn't really care about the Big Daddy Kane challenge. Forgive me, people. I'm sorry. Y'all can kill me in the comments. But if you call out Kiss and he took 2 individual shots at you and your response was to go to a podcast, I don't want to hear nothing else. Like Kiss gave you the energy you was looking for. You were supposed to rap.
Right. And so, like, had he followed through the way he was supposed to, this would have been a lot more impactful. He could have really done some where it would have drawn out a response from one of the three, at least, right? And he could have climbed the ranks that way, right? He could have pulled himself up a rung, you know? But now it's completely backfired on him. Nobody's responded. It's like his track is gonna fall into obscurity. And even worse than obscurity, it's gonna get joked on. Yo, remember when 38 Spesh tried to like diss Jadakiss? Like that's how it's gonna be remembered, bro. At Summer Jam. That's how it's gonna be remembered. You know, this is completely backfired on 38 Spesh.
I said this much too. I was like, this ain't gonna help him.
And the problem is that like he didn't take it serious enough. Like somebody of his lyrical prowess should have come up with something better than Fool's Mate.
It just wasn't strong, bro. It felt more internet than it was.
Right.
Like,
it was not strong at all.
I think he took it very seriously. I think he took it too seriously. And in the process of that, for the time we did that interview where he seemed a little too emotional, I think he took it too seriously. And in his emotions, he kind of lost the plot. You know what I mean? And then when you on interviews talking about, oh, well, it's marketing and I got more people talking about me than ever before and this and that, it's just like,
but for what?
Is this what it's
I
about?
can't look.
Because if you take, go ahead,
I respect your opinion, Joe, but I cannot look at the visual for that track and think that person was taking this situation seriously.
Well, I
can't.
I think where we divide is, I think he was taking it seriously, but he rushed it out because he was chasing the algorithm. He was thirsty for the. I don't want to do this.
Cloudy,
not clout, but the attention he was receiving, and he wanted to maximize that by throwing. And again, this is his words. He's talking to Three on Three's pod. Shout out Three, and he's telling them, you put out the audio first, and then you put the visual out after. He rushed that video out because if you really take time with that video and you properly sit with it, you would have seen that AI was real shitty. You would have seen that. You would have thought, if you would have thought it through a little bit better, Jadakiss is not some young guy or some underground guy. He's certified. And if there was any question about what Kiss's position is, the last iconic New York rap moment has Kiss's face all over it. So you can't call Kiss a little guy. You can't little man Kiss. That's a terrible angle.
You cannot. This motherfucker did joints with Big and Jay and
Nas.
X and Nas and
have wars with niggas
wars with Beans. And what do you want to do? Make an AI video going on?
Right.
Fifth. Like you're not gonna little nigga that's been doing this for 30 years.
You're gonna throw AI at him. Come on, man. That's not taking it seriously to me.
You rushed out a whole blitz, if you will. This podcast interview, this song Friday, music video Monday. When you was on nobody's clock, Kiss gave you two individual darts. All you had to do was what you've been doing, what you was good at, was rap. You never had to do an interview. You never had to say anything. If you do the interviews after Fool's Mate drops, then yeah, cool, of course. You do the promo for the diss. But the interview before the diss, all that, like, bro, like you got too excited. Pause. Like you were a little too excited in the moment, and you ain't play it right. You did not play it right. And now, 17 days later, no one is saying anything. You're not even getting a slick comment on a podcast that somebody could clip and post it on the socials. Like none of the principal people have said anything. Jim Jones went viral after the diss for an interaction with Mano on their podcast about the Harlem World tattoo. They went about their business. They do the Let's Rap About a music video. They had the video shoots. There was not even no behind the scenes clip of somebody talking fly. The only noise that came from the beat for Let's Rap About It was Davies taking you off the song. Kiss is on stage with Usher and Jim Jones in Jersey. Like, it's no motion.
And Hove just before that.
There was no motion.
This is like, what?
This was the equivalent. This was the equivalent. Everybody just collectively said, anyway,
right?
What y'all think of LeBron in Philly?
Oh, shit.
How y'all think he's going to do that?
Shout out to all the guys from New York City, Yonkers, Rochester, and wherever else upstate, Syracuse, Buffalo, all the guys who've gotten into this competition because it's done good. I would say they've done better for their brands than 38 is done for his brand as far as notoriety goes. They've taken advantage of the moment with some really great rapping from the state of New York.
Yeah.
So shout out to New York for the competitive bars. And it started off a little disrespectful, but it's been strictly competitive raps coming out of the state of New York. And I'm appreciative of that. You know what I mean? Even though it's not going to amount to nothing if you're not going to collaborate or drop a tape behind it. But it might be time to move on. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to talk about it anymore unless we get some type of response. Or if at this point, my last speculatory statement I throw out there is that I think that the guys who are silent are forcing 38's hand. That's what I'm thinking in the back of my mind.
So before we get up out of here, I got a question for you, Josh.
What's up?
Really for everybody on the panel. What do you think should be his next course of action? 38.
I don't know.
If you were the nigga behind the scenes and you had to revive this or fix, you have to be the spin doctor essentially. How are you spinning this?
I'll answer it like this. You want to go
Same
first?
for you, Sin. Same for you.
No, I'll keep.
Love to hear the chat too.
I remember, 2026 Joe Budden. Listen, he's out of here. A podcast legend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I remember when he dropped like 3 different Eminem disses, and I was just like, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Eminem don't give 2 fucks about him. Why does he continue to bark up this tree that's not paying no attention to him? That seems stalkerish to me, you know? So that I don't want to see that for Spesh. Leave it alone. Move on.
Thank you.
Well, I'll say what I was saying before is I think that those guys are trying to force Spesh to come back outside with a better diss, or force 38 to continue the conversation with another diss. You know what I mean? Especially Kiss. I don't know about Jim. I don't think Jim cares. But I think Kiss is not going to say nothing unless 38 come back outside and really spin the block on that. But to answer your question, if I was in 38's position, I'd probably move on.
Gotcha.
Because the more you drag this out and the less they say anything back to you, to Sin's point, you look crazy. So I think I would move on, and I would gear up the next tape. I would change the subject entirely.
Yep.
Drop the next tape, and get back to what I do best: do the radio appearances. Because I'm sure one thing I'll give grace to, he'll get more appearances now. Because at least I think he will.
Yeah.
If the music is fire that he drops, like actually, really fire.
No, not even that. They'll want to ask him about the situation.
Based on good point. It's a great point. Based on the aftermath of the situation, I think he'll get more interviews because they're gonna want to ask him about the situation. So, from an algorithmic perspective, there is some success for 38. Not the success I believe he wanted, but he did raise his awareness. So, if I'm 38, drop the album. Do more press, get back with Sway, because I don't think he linked with Sway for this last release. I could be wrong, but I don't think he did. Get with Sway, drop another fire freestyle, make sure Ransom is on that album. Get back to what we know you for, which is high-level lyricism, great songs, get Shay on there. Get back to what we know you for.
Ransom.
And if you could drop a classic album out of this, drop the classic album, then it would have been worth it to a certain
There you go.
That reminds me. Where is Ransom?
He said he got some music on him. I've been reading his tweets. He got some music on him.
He chilling.
We got some super chats to get to. Great pod. Great interview from Mally V. Shout out to y'all for sticking around. We're not dipping off on Mally. Shout out. You know what I mean? You got some tunes. I got, again, the link for Better Left Unsaid, the Bandcamp link, if you want to throw some paper and buy the album itself. It's pinned right there in the chat. Support that, man.
Dude is fire.
First super chat is Jermaine L. Johnson. The internet is a weird place, y'all. You think that Dot and Game are having a public back and forth right now. Dot hasn't said anything about any of it. It's literally just on the internet. Damn. Once again, the name of the song is 616 in LA. Dot said it 2 years ago. Next. Jermaine L. Johnson. Meanwhile, Dot is somewhere in Fiji doing yoga. He dropped the song 2 years ago.
Somewhere in Brooklyn doing burpees.
He did break and threw a shot at Game simultaneously with a title. Nigga dissed him with a song title. All right, cool. Moya Dice. But
that's how it took motherfuckers probably Game 2 years to catch up. You know what I mean?
Game was looking at the wrong thing. He thought it was Not Like Us. Whole time it was the first diss, 616.
Crazy.
Kendrick has every right to keep bad energy away for sure.
Respect it.
We love that. Jeremy Cole says, "Why should Kendrick have to piece it up?" I think he was talking to Dini or Macy. I think he was talking to Macy. What if he doesn't want a relationship anymore? F him. Game's still cool with Drake anyway, just proving the point. Yeah.
True indeed.
Just Gwen. Shout out Gwen. Love
Gwen.
Gwen. We got Gwen on deck. Salute fella's been traveling for work, but wanted to tap in. Salute. Game knows he moved flaw with Dot. He didn't hear a diss from Orbs to Dot, but somehow heard them towards him from Dot. F out of here, Game. Yeah. Real selective listening. Jeremy Cole says Dot respected him enough to just cut him off and not diss him for that BS. Kendrick showed restraint and respect. There was another person in the chat who said that LA gang politics played a role in why Game has yet to diss Kendrick and vice versa. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why Kendrick as well. Maybe because again, we always talk about it. Like, I don't know, bro. I hate when people come in here and they be like, "Oh, y'all don't understand gang politics." We understand the gang politics fully. Like we always say, we are on the sidewalk. We don't get into none of that. We also know how complicated the politics can be. You know what I mean? So if gang politics played a role in that, then we gotta respect that. Coach God says, "Stop saying that Game and bring that man on tour." Okay. Somebody said Game brought Kendrick on tour. I don't know.
I know Drake for sure did.
Yeah. Just Gwen says Game has felt the way since the OG's crown died. Because the OG's never crowned Game. When Game was at his peak in G Unit, he never got that.
Facts, bro.
He got Dre Beats, but he never got crowned the guy. You know what I mean? He held down the West. He held the West down, and he never did that for him. And here's this MF, and y'all giving him the crown.
That's the thing. Game like an interim. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Dr. Dre had all the stock, sold the stock, and then bought all the Kenny stock. You know that shit
his
too.
Problem after Game's G Unit debut was what, the Doctor's Advocate?
No, the documentary.
The documentary, right? After that, as far as being maybe not critically but commercially viable, like after that, he already went off the cliff. Once he started beefing with G Unit.
And there was a documentary, then there was the Doctor's Advocate. Doctor's Advocate went heavy. That's the one with Wouldn't Get Far.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it was whack. I'm saying like as far as his commercial viability, he was already declining.
I would say after the Doctor's Advocate, after the second album.
Fair play.
Yeah. He was out of here after the first one.
Fair play. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Kendrick has continued to ascend. You could say statistically he peaked at Damn, but artistically and in the conversation as far as his impact on hip hop, he kept ascending, whereas Game went the other way, to me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So of course
there's a, you know what? One thing we didn't bring up at all is the whole Dr. Dre factor, because like, after the documentary, he made a song on Doctor's Advocate talking about his relationship with Dr. Dre and how it kind of fell apart.
Right.
And then, years later, Dr. Dre is propping up Kendrick Lamar. I'm sure he felt some type of way about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a lot of feelings behind that too.
That's a fact. We got the check-in report here. Kendrick can't diss Game. He was crying like a kid that got GTA 6 for Christmas with Snoop and Game gave him his props on stage. I'm pretty sure that was Snoop and Dre and Game was in the background, but I could be wrong. Can y'all correct me, Sen? You might remember that better than me.
Oh,
he's saying that Kendrick can't diss Game. He was crying like a kid that got GTA 6 for Christmas when Snoop and Game gave him his props on stage. I really remember that was Snoop and Dre and Game was there, but I could be wrong in my remembering.
That was Dre. I'm pretty sure that was Dre. Yeah.
Chat, let us know. Let us know, chat. Because I don't think that was. I know Game was there, but he wasn't part of the adulation. You know what I mean? Just Gwen once again. Jarvis right. Game can do what he wants. Don't get your lame ass on the phone crying and stat that Dot don't ever you afterwards. Game chose Obbs and Dot has made him stand on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Dot will never diss Game. Too much LA politics. She cooking. Gwen again. Gotta run, fellas. Dot ain't responding, guys.
Salute, Gwen. Salute.
Say that. If Game does what's been rumored, I feel like Kenny would throw a dart his way. He probably have to get it sanctioned first, but he'll throw a dart his way.
Them Compton politics.
It won't be a whole song. It'll be a little
a
bar or two.
Might be a little subliminal joint.
But what we know about Game is he won't take the 38 route. Game disses are usually scathing. So
that's why you don't want to diss Game, because he's firing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give him the green light, because then he's just going forever be on you. It's just a lot to deal with, bro.
Humble Bragger 500 says Doc cut the Game corny ass off when he cried on the video with the butterfly tat on his face. Yeah. That was way before 615.
Change your heart vibes.
Bark like a dog, shaking my head. Shout out Jermaine L. Johnson. Now that video where they make a Not Like Us video with him barking. Did you see that?
Crazy.
Yo, bro. But I had to go back and watch the original video. I was like, yo, that melody is stuck in his head.
The internet is on timing.
It really sounded that way, bro.
That's why I told him, and he ain't listening to me. Man. I said, you got to go at Kendrick. You can't tap dance. You got to just be as disrespectful as possible, because the internet is never going to let you live it down. You got to just keep rapping. You got to keep dissing him and saying his name and until he shake your hand on the stage somewhere. Like, all right, bro, you got it. You know what I mean? TB, what it is, $100
TB.
Hey, Game knows why Kendrick ain't answering that phone. You let Drake shoot 100 in Compton while dissing Kendrick, then act confused? Sir, be serious. That 50 power comparison was pure deflection.
Facts.
Y'all have squashed that beef already. Accountability is free. Shout out TB with the bar.
TB for the top rope.
TB.
TB's.
Come on. Shout out Miss Hummus. He's suing hip hop. Yeah, there you go. Glasses voice. He's suing hip hop, cut.
Good.
Oh man.
What up, Cub?
Great stream. Hit the like button once again.
Please.
Out of here. Still in tune wherever you're watching at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, follow, log into all things Rap Roundtable. You know what I mean? Check and report. I said, you know what I mean? Yeah, we might be a little crazy. If a motherfucker on the microphone say, you know, I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong. I've already given myself the out that I'm not confident in. You don't gotta ask me if I'm crazy. If I've told you ahead of time that I don't quite remember it, huh? Cool. You know what I mean? Internet niggas just be too loose to judge motherfuckers. Like, relax. Like, what? We told you. You know what I mean? My man. All right.
My man.
Shout out Mally D once again for pulling in. Better
Mally
drops on DSPs this Wednesday, or you can buy it on Bandcamp right now. The link is pinned there. Shout out to the homie Saint. Shout out to the homie Steph. Shout out to everybody over there making movements, making really quality music and quality moves, leveling up the brand. Again, hit the like button. Deanie the Balance, take us home.
You know the vibes. You know where you at. It's the Rap Roundtable. To each and every one of you amazing, beautiful human beings who are watching this either live or on the spin back, you know what to do already. Hit the like button. Share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We outside cooking for you. Shout out to Macito. Shout out to Jarvis. Shout out to Sin. I'm Deanie. The balance of the force with our powers combined. It's the Rap fucking Roundtable. We out of here. We love you.